Good morning! Hello, good morning, everyone! Oh, hi, IMPEY! How you doing? How you doing? That doggo looks cute AF, though. It's so true. Look at him! He's such a good boy. He's a good boy. Ugh, gotta move my chair. Good morning. Moving everything around like the professional streamer I am. Let's go! So, hope you're all doing well. We're gonna have fun with this game. I've played, I think, the first couple days of it, and I really liked it, so I wanted to share it with you guys. It's something I've wanted to play for a really long time because it's a puzzle game. So it's a word puzzle game, so you're gonna see me struggle to do logic because I can't do logic, but it's fine. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. I've never actually heard of this game before. This will be interesting. It's a really good game! From the little that I know of it. Apparently it's best played in the dark according to the game. I don't know why, but we'll get there one day. Doing pretty good. I'm actually awake for this. This is good to hear. Let's jump into it. Let's jump in. Let it speak for itself with its jazzy ass music, and love can be encountered, not predicted. Truth. Alright, new game, y'all. We're gonna just erase my save data because who are not familiar with this type of game, who have natural gifts in logic and deduction. That is not me. I have one brain cell. We're going normal. There was an urban legend. Write your troubles down on a note. Hold it in your hand at midnight and pray. Kami-sama, please help me, and God will hear your plea and change your fate. It was only a legend, though. That has gone viral for a brief period of time. Excerpt from Modern Urban Legends. If you hear me clearing my throat a lot, it's because I just woke up an hour ago, and my voice is still kind of groggy. I'm kind of forcing through it. We're gonna make it work. Ugh. My head hurts. I'm just gonna make sure I'm not blocking anything. I'm only blocking the protagonist. This is fine. I am the protagonist now. Where am I? What happened? What the fuck kind of voice should I get? You know what? You're getting my voice too. You're all getting my voice. You finally woke up. I've been waiting for so long, I was beginning to worry that you might never wake up. It's a talking dog! Holy shit! Hot dog! And are you... my pet? My neighbor's dog, Fluffy? My neighbor's dog, Fluffy? I just got... oh, he's got some sass! I love him! I love him already. He's such a good boy. How did you come up with a lousy name like Fluffy? Besides, we don't even have a neighbor. But I still think he looks like a Fluffy. Wait, what did I mean by no neighbor? Have you lost your memories? Lost my memories? Yeah, you fell down the stairs yesterday. Took quite a tumble. You kind of rolled, cartwheeled, somersaulted. You know, you're fine. Then you passed out. Oh. What's that ringing? That ringing in the BGM. Wow. I thought you might have hit your head. I fell? But my head doesn't hurt anywhere. There's no bruising. Anyway, let's both settle down a little. How about a quick test? Now look into my big, beautiful eyes and tell me, what is my name? Fluffy? Fluffy my ass! Well, I guess you really did lose your memories. My name is Will. Sometimes I go by Willy. Willy? Yes, Willy. Willy Wonka? Where's your goddamn chocolate factory? I want candy. No! It's just Willy! I don't own a chocolate factory! Also, you know that chocolate is dangerous for dogs, you dipshit? Oh wait, I'm not a dog.
What are you then? What are you?
Oh boy, it seems worse than I thought. Listen to me carefully. I'm not a dog, and you're not a human. That doesn't sound... Well, actually, that sounds completely right. I'm an imp. We are gods. Thank God. Thank me. Nani? Yes, that's right. We are gods. How did you know what I was thinking just now? I'm a god. Of course I know. As gods, it is our job to change the fate of the humans who ask us for help. Humans encounter all kinds of trouble in their lives, and sometimes they pray to us, hoping for miracles, as they call them. We can help them and grant their wishes. Or not. It's all up to you, of course. That's a very dangerous game you're playing, Will. Very dangerous. Wait. Stop babbling so fast. I don't understand what you're saying at all. I'm not babbling. You're just too slow. You know what? Let's start with our job orientation, shall we? I can't even speak words all of a sudden. Come over here. It's time to do some work. Hold on! Are we starting already? I still don't have a clue what's going on. Besides, didn't you just tell me that we're gods? Why do gods have to work? Don't lie to me just because I lost my memories. I was not lying. In any case, if you don't finish today's work, we won't have any dinner tonight. Fine. Bitch. Give him that voice, the one guy from the Skyrim meme. Which Skyrim meme? There's a lot of them. Is it the arrow to the knee one? That looks like an actual ball gag. It kind of does. It also just kind of looks like one of those, whatchamacallit? Ah, I forget the thing now. It's like this little thing that they put on the collar to carry things. It looks like kind of one of those, just a round version. See that small red box? That is a message from the human today. Alright, let's see what she's got herself into this time. Oh. Is she a repeat offender? Let's go! I want to go home. I feel that on a personal level. My name is Li Wen. I am a senior at Yingnan High School. Today I went to a nearby court to play tennis for the first time since I had moved to my new place. It was a very poorly maintained court, so I guess hardly anyone ever uses it. The light over the tennis court is maintained by some of the residents themselves, and the dim light bulb kept making a buzzing noise. 1, 2, 3. I had just hit all 30 of the balls that I had, so I picked up the now empty basket. I walked to the other side of the court and collected the balls before hitting them all again. No one else was on the tennis court. All I could hear was the sound of the balls hitting my racket and then bouncing off the ground. Balls, balls, balls. The light bulb flickered twice and went out. I picked up most of the balls and left the court, walking towards a small alley. I had walked through it earlier on my way to the court. The alley was always dark no matter what time of day it was. I kept humming to myself quietly in my head just to be less scared. I arrived at my apartment and suddenly realized that my keys were not in my pocket. I tried to think back. I must have left them at the tennis court. If the light hadn't suddenly gone out, I would have noticed that they were not on me. This sucked. It was too late to go back to the court, not to mention that I might not even be able to find the keys without any light. A desk lamp was on in the manager's office, as was the radio, but nobody was in there. I stood outside the window and waited for a long time, but Uncle Sun, who was supposed to be on duty tonight, never showed up. The motion sensor lights in the hallway kept turning on and off every few minutes. I was beginning to feel a little scared. A late-night talk show was on. The hosts were talking about a popular urban legend that had also been making the rounds at school. It said... Oh, excuse me. It said that if you wrote a note to God in the middle of the night, then God would solve all of your problems for you. Jing was really into this stuff. This kind of stuff. Woo! Well, if such a God really exists, maybe he or she or they could help unlock the door for me? Or make Uncle Sung come back to his office soon? Please? Please? Li Wen. Dumbass! Hang on to your keys! Well, do people always write to gods just because they forgot their keys? Or not always, no. But humans are exceptionally annoying. You'll see a lot more random nonsense of all kinds in the future. Forget about why she asked for our help for now. Let's take a look at how we may help her. Now, use this pen I just gave you. We can slice this letter into several pieces. Now see? Some of the pieces are black, and some of them are white. To prevent logical chaos, some of these pieces cannot be moved. These pieces are designated in black. Meanwhile, the white pieces can be moved anywhere with one exception. No white pieces can go past the first or last piece. Now that you understand the limitation of moving these pieces, you may feel free to move the white pieces around. After you rearrange the white pieces, these events will happen in exactly as you want in the human world. If your rearrangement has altered the previous casual links within the events, naturally the ending of the letter will be changed. Well, that's about it. What? Are you telling me that I could change what has happened to the human by moving these sentences around? Holy shit! Exactly, isn't it straightforward? Oh gosh, that is so awesome! You can say damn, oh god, oh me. Can you do it too? Only the person who is holding the pen is capable of doing this. The pen is mightier than the sword today! Hee. Go ahead, give it a try. Once you make your decision, just select OK. Alright. So if I want... What? I want it down here. I guess I can't move it down there. I guess the light bulb going out after we pick up everything would... Okay. We're gonna see. I wanted it down at the bottom. Apparently I can't move it to the bottom. The alley was always very dark to begin with, and with the light gone, it had become pitch black. I couldn't even see my hands in front of my face. I kept having a feeling that something was going to happen. Scenes from horror movies and homicide shows I'd seen suddenly flash through my head. Since I was too scared, I turned around and picked another longer way home. The detour was a crowded and lively street. It was full of people hanging out and waiting in front of bars. And a lot of arcades were still open. I was planning to head straight home and go to bed, but I saw the latest version of a stuffed Sir Spotty through the window of an arcade. Hey! There's some text highlighted in blue here. That means it's a term archived in our dictionary. The human's letters often include some special terms related to their day-to-day lives. These terms will be highlighted. You mean like Pepega? Wide people? Since we are gods, there's nothing that we don't understand. Therefore, when we encounter one of these strange terms, a definition for them will automatically appear in our dictionary. We may either select the highlighted blue text to see the explanation for the specific term, or browse all of the archived terms in the dictionary. By the way, similar to the dictionary, we also keep a record of the profiles of everyone who has written to us. All you need to do is select their header pictures in the letter section screen to read about them. Oh wow, being a god is so convenient! Hell yeah! All I gotta do is move some words around, become the mightiest pen holder, and sit on my ass. Don't even gotta leave, just sit on my ass and do this. I had coffee in my mouth! Look at him! Sir Spotty! A cartoon cat character by British artist Kevin Clifford. It quickly became a global phenomenon. Worldwide sensation overnight. Came to him during a short trip. He's so cute. I love him. Unfortunately, it was not for sale. I had to get it out of a claw machine, and I'm not very good at those. Preach! Preach! I suck at them! They are awful! I spent almost all of the cash I had on me, but I didn't even come close even once.
Miss, we are about to close. Please check your belongings and don't leave anything behind.
I lowered my head in disappointment. I noticed that there was a bottle of some kind of drink on the counter that appeared out of nowhere. Perhaps somebody had forgotten it there. I picked it up and threw it in the trash on my way out. I got home and turned on the light. All the boxes I had moved in 2 days ago were still lying all over the floor. Tomorrow. I'll unpack them tomorrow. I'm too exhausted now. At least the shower felt great. I got out of the shower, climbed into bed, and immediately fell asleep. Good night. Rank S. Oh yeah, tell me what morbid means. I don't know. It's morbid time. It's morbid! It's morbid time. Look, because of what you did, now it's the alley that has a broken light bulb instead of the tennis court. Therefore, the girl would not have left her keys at the dark tennis court. Even though it was only a tiny change, you have indeed changed her fate. If you could change your fate, would ya? Would ya? Apparently she would. More importantly, you have changed more than what we are seeing right now. The impact of this tiny event could last for a long time, maybe even influence her entire life. A chain reaction like this is called the butterfly effect. Oh shit. I've never seen that movie! One day I will, and the human will. We still can't be certain of how big the impact to her future is going to be. But keep in mind that our power has a potentially dangerous side to it. We must never abuse it. Shifty eyes, shifty eyes. I understand. Well, we are done with this letter. Let's go back and see if there are more. Done. It's got a little star! Oh! We see her face! Oh, she's pretty. From what little I see of her, she's very pretty. Being a god is so easy. Don't get too excited. You still have a lot to learn. I have fetched the letters for you up until now. Now you should be getting your own letters. I have placed a mailbox at the bottom left corner of the screen. If the flag is up by the mailbox, it means that there are new letters inside. Did you hear a sound like ding ding just now? That's the new letter notification. Whenever you hear that, it means some new letters arrived. If you've processed all the letters at hand, go check the mailbox. Got it! Ding ding! 2 letters! Oh! Oh! Voice acting! But that's basically what we do, is we open letters. It's like a visual novel, but with some word puzzles. You open the letters, you figure out what's going on. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 or whatever, and you gotta fix things. And it's fucking hard. Let's go. You know what? Let's do the last words. Roses and a doll. Let's do hers. I like her. Oh, excuse me. Sometimes we might see multiple messages from 2 or more people at the same time. Why do humans have so many problems? Bitch, I ask myself that question every fucking day! Why do we have so many problems? It's ridiculous! So many problems, man, I can't keep up. In cases like this, you have to read through both messages in one breath before we can start working on them. I'ma be real with you, homie. I don't think I can hold my breath that long. I can hold my breath for like a minute. Tops, I think. I don't even think I can get a minute. I think I can hold my breath for like 30 seconds. I don't know. I used to be able to hold it for a minute. Now it's like 30 seconds. What are you doing? I'm trying to see how long I can hold my breath. She's just like me, for real, for real. I don't think I could finish 2 letters in one breath. She's really like me. Shit! I am this protagonist. I love this. It's just a metaphor, you fucking dumbass. Well, what should I do to find the other letter after reading the first one? After reading one letter, you might see the next letter option. Whenever you need to switch between the 2 letters, just use the next letter button to switch back and forth. Okay, I'll start now. Oh shit! I'm waiting for the it's so spooky. Okay, I had to take a sip of coffee. Oh, this game is an existential crisis forming. It really is. Don't worry, you got this half a brain cell on your side to help. Yeah, 1.5 brain cells. We're doing great. The apartment building I had just moved into was quite old. It didn't have an elevator, so I had to climb up the stairs every day. As usual, it was already past midnight when I got back from tennis practice. I noticed something at my door as soon as I walked into the 4th floor hallway. Was that a bouquet of roses? And the Sir Spotty toy I had seen in the arcade a few days ago. I had a sudden sinking feeling of anxiety. I had been getting strange emails starting the day before yesterday. This was the first one. I've been watching you for a long time. Right back to me. Really fucking weird emoji. Oh, it's like a little hands on mouth snickering kind of emoji. I don't know. At first I thought maybe someone sent it to the wrong address by accident. Or it could have been some random phishing email, so I didn't pay any attention to it. But the next day I received another one. Please write back to me. I still have no idea what those weird symbols mean. He's a fucking weeb. I knew it. And whoever had written these emails seemed to think that we knew each other. My cell phone suddenly buzzed in my pocket. That was a really cute little ringtone. I had a new email. I clicked on the email app with a shaking finger. We shall finally meet soon. That is fucking creepy. Holy shit. Huh? Oh no, her voice is like up here. Oh no. Nope, she's having a lower voice now. I couldn't understand what those symbols at all, but the words in the middle. All of a sudden, I felt a chill down my back, as if I was being watched by someone or something. But my body had frozen and I didn't dare turn around. I looked into the reflection in the glass of the window in front of me, trying to see if there was anything behind me. There wasn't. I was just being paranoid. Still, I decided to go and spend the night at Jing's place just in case. I walked towards the staircase, but then I heard it. Footsteps, coming upstairs, closer and closer. Who could it be at this late hour? Could it be the one who had written those emails? I immediately turned around and ran back towards my apartment, but I lived alone. What if they broke in? He would force me into the corner, pull a chainsaw out from behind him and cut me to pieces. Oh god, no! Chainsaws are fucking scary, I don't blame you. I stopped at the door of my neighbor, room 414. I choose you, Pikachu! Help me! No matter how hard I knocked, nothing happened. Oh, that's in red, that's important, write that down, write that down! I tried not to cry so much that I wouldn't be heard, but tears were already streaming down my face. Calm down, Li Wen. The footsteps stopped at the 4th floor, and were now moving towards me. There was only one more corner between us. It was too late for me to hide in my own apartment now. I held my tennis racket up. I swung it down as hard as I could with my eyes closed when the person arrived at the corner. The person I hit wobbled and fell down the stairs. It was Uncle Sun. He seemed to be just going around the building and picking up the trash. Uncle Sun was lying on the ground and he was not moving at all. Oh my god. What have I done? God, please help me, please, please. Li Wen. Damn. Alright, next letter. What voice did I give him when I was doing this myself?
It had been 10 years. I had been cursed since the incident. Every time I picked up my paintbrush, my mind would start tormenting me, wreaking havoc. For 10 years, I hadn't been able to paint anything. I was suffering, and I deserved it. By now, I had spent all my savings, yet I was still alive. A friend was kind enough to set me up with a teaching job at the high school, teaching the art class. I would start tomorrow. It wasn't particularly well paid, but for someone who had been living without power, water, or heat in his apartment, it was like a burning pit of charcoal in the middle of the blizzard.
God damn, you live like this, dude!
I was really grateful to my friend. Ironically, I'd just bought myself some charcoal earlier today. I thought I might be able to leave something worthwhile to the world as a painter before I died. Yes, I wanted to make one of those final masterpieces. I set up my easel. 1 hour passed. 2 hours. 3 hours. I had put down the brush. I had to put down the brush. Even if I managed to paint something, how would it be different from all the other garbage in this room?
Damn, dude, you're bringing the mood down! Jesus!
It would be just another piece of soulless trash, just like me. All trash! I poured the coal into a basin and put it on the bedroom floor. I put on my best clothes. I carefully made my bed, and I lit the coals. I tried the doorknob and realized that the door was not locked. I chuckled. That was careless of me. I double-checked all of the doors and windows, making sure that they had been locked and sealed. I couldn't take any chances.
Trigger warning for what's about to happen next. I only know this letter and I think one more set of letters, but I know there's a trigger warning right here for a little suicide, I think, or implied.
I lay down on my bed. All I could see was her face. Here I come, honey. Sorry for making you wait so long. God, I am ready. Please take me away. ENVtuber.
Stop being so fucking gloomy! No gloomy oh, Jesus. When there is more than one letter, the white pieces can be moved left and right as well, in addition to up and down. Since it will impact the fate of both people, you must be careful when making your decisions. There's only one! There's only one! Put it over here! Can it go anywhere else? It can only go there! Okay! I got a countdown. It's gotta change the fate.
God, I am ready. Please take me away.
Dot, 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 dot.
What was that noise? I struggled to sit up in my bed. My head felt like it was going to explode.
Damn it!
Just a little longer and God would have taken me. Whoever made that noise, be it a burglar or a utility guy, I would never forgive them.
His feet keep moving and it's freaking me out! It's freaking me out! Excuse me. Sorry for the intrusion. I sneaked into my neighbor's apartment. It was completely dark inside and smelled funny. It was so hard to breathe in this apartment. I wondered who would live in such a place. I shut the door right behind me. I accidentally knocked over some jars that were shelved next to the door, and they made some very loud noises. Still, nobody responded. I suppose there really wasn't anyone home. I looked out from the peephole while I held my breath. A thin, old, humpbacked man walked by the door with empty plastic bottles in his hands. It was just Uncle Sun, the manager. Phew. Rank S! This one is easy too. As Shakespeare once said, security is mortal's chiefest enemy. Wow, what the fuck? Shakespeare said? What play was that? Because I've only read like 3 plays, and I've never heard that line. Which could mean that overconfidence is a man's greatest enemy. What? Huh? Shakespeare is one of the greatest writers in human history. Overconfidence is man's greatest enemy? Well, but I am no man. I am a god. Okay, then do you remember this person's name? I have it on the tip of my tongue. You should pay more attention. His name is ENVtuber. Okay, I have a bad memory. I get your point. Oh my god, she's really like me, for real, for real. Holy shit, I have the worst memory in the world. It's only easy because you're just getting started. You will see soon enough. Literally, I had the worst memory in the world. I didn't know what I was playing today until like just before I went to bed and actually checked my schedule. I always forget what I put. What does this yellow star mean? When you see a yellow star, that means you have locked all the possible endings. Should I try to collect all the yellow stars? Oh no, that won't be necessary. Our job is just to help humans with their troubles. No matter how many times we try or how many endings we unlock, for the humans there is only one ending to each story that they will ever know. So it doesn't really matter whether or not you unlock all the endings. In that case, what's it for? But to be honest, I don't really know. It's a game thing. It's a game thing. We gotta get the stars. Alright, there's no more? Post! We got a mail! Farewell. God damn it. I'm continuing the trigger warning.
Somebody had ruined my plan. Damn it. I sat up and realized I could barely stand. The entire room was spinning. I feel so nauseated that I almost threw up. Just a little longer and I could have seen her again. The room was completely dark since I hadn't been able to pay my utility bill for a while. Stop moving your foot! I lifted my foot and tried to take a step, but I tripped over my easel. The brushes and paints fell all over the place. I crouched down and slowly started to pick them up again. It took me a while as I was so exhausted. I put out the fire and opened a window. I stumbled upon my flashlight and pressed the button. Boom! I heard a deafening explosion. Was that a gas explosion?
Drastic expansion of volume caused by heat and additional gas produced from the burning. Blah, 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 blah. Flammable range of carbon monoxide is between 12 and 75%. That's a really big range. Okay, we don't need to know that.
I thought I saw a slender figure of somebody fall down in the fire before I passed out. When I woke up, the doctor told me that there was a 17-year-old girl who had been sent to the hospital along with me. She hadn't made it. Fortunately, however, I was still alive. I had third-degree burns all over my body. I lost my right arm and I couldn't speak. I couldn't even do something as simple as ask what the girl's name was. God, why? Why didn't you just kill me instead?
Stop being a doubter! Alright, we gotta... Boom! We got 3 of them to move this time. I forget. I wasn't being able to pay my bill. I put out the fire and opened a window. I stumbled upon my flashlight and pressed the button. And tripped all over the place. Ah! It was a bad ending! No! Huh? Some pieces are missing. Sometimes this happens. In this letter, the previous development led to a gas explosion. As a result, he would not be able to carry out his following actions. Therefore, the white pieces disappeared. Usually, pieces will disappear when the subject of the actions described in the pieces is no longer active. This is not only confined to the sender of the letter, it could also be because of someone mentioned in the letter. Again, it depends. The important thing is to think about why they might disappear. I see. That was bad. Okay, maybe this way? Ha! 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 I did it! I did it! I did it! Okay.
Who's there?
Ah! Look at him! He's so creepy looking!
I pressed the button on my flashlight in a hurry, and the white light almost blinded me.
Ah!
I saw a shadow fall to the ground. I quickly turned my light toward the sound and saw that it was a girl that I had never met before. I checked to see if she was still breathing. She was. I remembered a school picnic during my junior high years. I had done the same thing to scare a girl in my class. She didn't faint, even though I had done it intentionally. Kids today are so weak. I carried the girl into my ventilated bedroom, laid her down on my bed, and pulled the sheet over her. I went back into the living room and picked up my paintbrush. I tried to remember her panicking face when she saw me. I suddenly had a new feeling, A feeling that I could paint something special this time. And yet... Quit moving your foot! And yet, I just fell asleep with the brush in my hand while leaning against the wall.
Ah. Wow, that was so scary! I don't want to see anything else like that ever again. I kind of do. I kind of want to see it. I want to see the danger. I want someone to get... No, I'm not going to say it. That's just mean. I was going to say I want to see someone get mugged and then me switch things around so that the person getting mugged then beats the crap out of the mugger, and that'd be so funny. Well, if you do want to see it again, you can. When you're reading a letter, select replay to review the entire letter again. Why can we see all these images? Aren't we just reading their letters? Technically, we are not receiving handwritten letters from the humans. You could think of these letters as a manifestation of their will. That's why they include more than the text you're reading. Sometimes we receive the images of what they see, or even how they feel. Wow, that's really amazing! Alright! Easy! Easy peasy! How do you feel? Oh shit! I exited the window. There we go. Everything felt so unreal. Am I really a god? Have I always been living here? It's actually a really pretty room. I would like to live in this room. Look at that chair! That looks like a really comfy chair, and you got the little windowsill bed chair thing over there. So you can like gaze out the window like an anime protagonist with like a little book in your hand. And then you got a nice cute desk with a bunch of letters. You got a really pretty bookshelf that has tons of room. Can I just live here? Look at the chandelier! Damn! We bougie up in here! And has the sky always been so red? It's even snowing outside. The weather is so weird. I thought that was just stylistic, but no, it's actually fucking red. I have no memories of any of this. Is any of this real? Of course. Don't worry about it. Your memories will come back to you slowly. Anyway, don't you think this job is perfect for you? Yes. And it isn't too hard either? Debatable. That's true. It is more interesting than I thought. While it is interesting indeed, it is also rather serious. From now on, I won't repeat myself anymore. Some of my previous instructions can be found in the help menu. The content within the help... We're just talking about game mechanics. If you forget or didn't pay attention to what I told you, you might never be able to hear it again. So the truly important information... Oh shit. I remember this. Truly important information will be highlighted in orange. Things in orange are extremely important. When you see something in orange, you should slow down your reading and pay extra attention. Now answer fast. Which of the following words were highlighted in orange? Truly important information? I think correct! The orange text may appear, not only in my words, but also occasionally in the human letters as well. Human letters might include text in other colors too, such as yellow and blue. Yellow text highlights digital messages in a text message or email, while blue text highlights messages left in a fax or a note. The orange text, however, emphasizes something else. I'll explain to you later when we see it. You won't remember it all if I say too much right now. In the end, you just need to remember that orange text is extremely important. Now, to make sure that you didn't just make a lucky guess earlier, we're going to have another quiz. Ah, shit. Yellow text, text message, or email, orange text. Orange text, text message, blue text. Text message or email, blue text, orange text. I don't remember! B. Oh boy, I think it's the second one. Correct! Hell yeah! Oh, thank goodness. It looks like you have truly mastered what I have taught you so far. You're truly my master. He said it. He said the word. He said it. He said it. Hell yeah. My doggo. My doggo now. I'm gonna give him so many head pats. I gotta avoid the little spikies on his head, but I'm gonna give him so many head pats. Aside from the orange text in normal mode, you'll also notice a lot of red text. If you read those words very carefully, you might find some clues that'll help you solve the puzzles. In normal modes, such clues will be highlighted in red. They may help with your deductions. If you ever find yourself stuck in a puzzle with no idea how to proceed, pay special attention to the red text and you will surely be able to make progress. And I can take it easy too. I believe you to go along. you've already made a choice. A choice? Yes, I told you at the beginning that handling the prayers from humans is our jobs. However, whether to help them or not, and how exactly you want to change their fates is completely up to you. I see that you have chosen an S ending for them all. That means you're choosing the path of absolute kindness. Well, they were asking me for help, so of course I should help them. What's the alternative? That I should torture them instead? Not necessarily. You wouldn't want to do that. Nope. There's not people that enjoy that kind of stuff. Not at all. I just want to remind you that the path of an absolute kindness is not an easy one. Especially when you receive letters from two different people. You will have to make the endings for both sides an S. Simply achieving an S ending for just one of them won't be good enough. In other words, you have to solve two people's problems at the same time. I see. Well, I'm sure I can find a way. I don't suppose you remember your own name. Your own name is Myth. No, it's Impey. My name is Impey. Myth? You are a god who can manipulate people's fates through stories and puzzles. That's why they call you Myth. You might not know this yet, but you are actually quite popular in the human world. Some of the urban legends that have been circulating are stories about you. Wow, I didn't know I was so impressive! Little toot my own horn here, woohoo! Even though I seem to have forgotten a lot of things, and I'm still adapting and trying to learn, I do feel like helping people, and that makes me happy. If I work hard, I could possibly grant riches to everyone in the world. Everyone? Well, you'll be buried by all their letters first. However, if you try your best, you should be able to shape the world a little closer to your liking at the very least. I will try my best. It's just the two of us here. Just the two of us! Oh! Right now I wish I had my live 2D model so you could see me bobbing back and forth to this. Who is following me? Oh! Who the fuck are you? Oh, baby! Oh, hello, Ponytail. Hello, Mr. Ponytail. Oh, pretty lady. Oh, he's adorable. Ah, it's Mr. Gloomy. Cat! 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 Jesus Christ! That's a big dog! That's a huge dog! That's a really huge dog! He was like half the height of me! Or is Myth just really small? That scale was really wonky. He had a giant head! His brain must be massive! Let me see what kind of letters we're getting today. There's a great... Wait! Oh? Oh? There's three! 3 new people! I don't know which one's which! It's fine, it's fine. Holy shit! 1, 2. Whoa. That was a little bit of a sussy noise. Español? Oh! Oh! Where do I go first? Should we go with my girl? My girl Li Wen? Wait. Oh! I can see them! I can see them! Look at her, she's so pretty! Oh my god, she's got like the Hime girl haircut. She is... I want her hair. She's so pretty. Look at her eyes! Favorite sport, tennis. Favorite toy, Sir Spotty. At 17, broke into someone's home. The owner did not press charges. Oh. What about Wen here? I mean, he's got simple attire. He looks cozy. He's got the little booba peak. Look at the little booba! He's got the booba peak. He's 35. I mean, that's fine. He's really fit. Holy shit. For someone who wasn't living with much, he's pretty fit. Okay. Left or right, you say? Well, we'll go with my girl, Li Wen. My new partner is attached to first day at new school. Let's go. Had to sip some water. This problem was so difficult. I stared at the test and it looked like some kind of ancient curse torturing my fragile mind. I agree! Tests are fucking torture. A box of chocolate milk suddenly appeared at my desk. My favorite! Chocolate milk is delicious. You know what's also better? Chocolate oat milk. It's even better. It's just mwah. I opened it up and started drinking it. It was delicious! Li Wen, what are you doing during an exam? Thud. Miss Yang pounded her fist on my desk. My eyes went wide. There was no test. No Miss Yang. Not even my favorite drink, chocolate milk. I was lying on my own bed, still wearing the t-shirt I had put on for tennis last night. How had I fallen asleep like this? Suddenly, I had remembered that I had found some strange things at my door last night. I carefully opened the door and looked outside. There was nothing. Was it all just a dream? In any case, what time is it? I checked the clock on the wall. It was 9:10! I rushed to school as fast as possible. The second period had just begun. It was tennis class today. Our school was famous for its emphasis on so-called quality education, which meant that unlike other schools, we had classes in stuff like tennis, art, and so on, even for the senior students so that they could get some exercise and release some of that stress from schoolwork. Not many seniors enrolled in these classes, though. Everyone had bet their whole lives on the upcoming Gaokao, National Higher Education Entrance Exam. Oh, okay. It's entrance exams. Okay. It said it right! Okay. However, I still had no idea what I wanted to do in the future, nor what major I would be interested in. I suppose I would just go with the flow. I carried the racket under my arm and ran onto the tennis court. Usually, I would just do some hitting practice during class, but today, I was here with a purpose. Last time, I had accidentally hit that knucklehead Rocky from class 3 when I'd been practicing my serve. Ugh, I hate him. He's a dick. Right? He insisted that I had done it on purpose and challenged me to a match to settle the score. What kind of obsessive, obnoxious man was this? Well, today was the day of our duel. I had agreed to his proposal with 30 boxes of chocolate milk as the wager. My favorite. We would play a doubles match for one set, and we got to pick a partner for the opponent. I picked Wang Tiang, right? That'd be Chiang, right? I can't pronounce names very well. As Rocky's partner first. He was probably the weakest out of all of the people present today. My darling chocolate milk, here I come. Rocky pointed to someone behind me. You'll partner with him then. I turned around, and I saw someone who was looking petrified. Someone whom I had never even met? The stranger introduced himself as Jimmy. He said he had just transferred from Hong Kong today. Huh. A transfer student in the last semester of senior year? And from Hong Kong, no less? That was peculiar. Never mind. I needed to win my chocolate milk first. Since he had enrolled in the class, he could be really good. Maybe this would be my lucky day. Just one game later, I realized I had been kidding myself. That sneaky Rocky. You must have known this guy didn't know how to play at all. Wang Tiang might only be a 2.0, but that would make Jimmy a 0.2. He barely even knew how to hold a racket. No matter. For my precious chocolate milk, I would have to do it alone. Half an hour later, we were at the tiebreaker. The score was 7-6, their match point. If I could win this next point, I still had a chance. Otherwise, I would have to go buy the chocolate milk myself at 7-Eleven. I was standing at the right side of the back. My hat was soaking wet, and my sweat was dripping down my ponytail onto my t-shirt. Girl! Holy shit! Your hair is sweating! Jimmy was standing on the left side at the net. Okay, so Jimmy's up here, she's back here. And I could see he was sweating through the back of his t-shirt too. Here came the ball. It was aimed at the center of the backcourt to my left. So it's literally going between the middle of them. I squeezed the racket in my hand. A sudden twist of my ankle. Swing! I fell to the ground and completely mishit the ball. Even worse, it went straight into the back of Jimmy's head. Oh no! Jimmy fainted! Did I just give him a concussion? But I clearly remembered that he was standing much farther left, wasn't he? Yeah, he was over here and you were over here and it went right in the middle. You both must have went bonk. Alright, let's see what Jimmy has to say.
My name is Jimmy. Today was my first day at Yingnan High School as a senior. I flew from Hong Kong to Beijing only a few days ago. On my first night, my suitcase, which held my laptop, hadn't arrived at the hotel. I was bored out of my mind and decided to go to the arcade to kill some time. There, I saw a girl with long hair. She had come into— Oh.
Please don't be the creepy dude.
She had come into the arcade with a basket of tennis balls, and she was sweating from head to toe. She wanted to get the Sir Spotty doll from the claw machine. I wanted to get it too, but earlier there had been a couple hogging the machine for a long time, those bastards.
Let's be real, you could spend hours at a claw machine and not get fucking anything. Or if you're really lucky, you spend hours and get like a whole bunch of shit because you're a god. The only claw machine I'm good at is Final Fantasy. The little Moogle claw machine, that's the only one I'm good at.
Throughout my childhood, my father would always buy me anything I wanted. It was usually Game Boys, computers, and stuff like that. Nothing outrageous.
Nothing outrageous? That's luxury!
So I never really understood the feeling of wanting something so badly, but not being able to get it. I looked at her from a distance. I watched her fail and keep trying over and over again. Her expression looked so funny and so cute. I felt a strange urge. Is this love? I had gone to an all-boys school.
Oh, he is sheltered. He is a poor summer child.
In Hong Kong. And I also wasn't someone who liked to go out that much. I never really met very many girls. Females? It's a female. I never really learned how to pick up girls, but today felt different. I thought she was extremely cute and I had a special feeling about her that I didn't really understand myself. Doki doki. I didn't want to miss this chance of getting to know her. I mustered all of my courage and decided to get her attention. I wrote down my email address on a piece of paper. Then I bought a drink and quietly left the cup on the counter of the claw machine, with a note under the cup.
Oh no! She threw it out because she didn't even notice him do that! You poor thing. Cucked. He's cucked. He's cucked by her natural ignorance, her natural bliss.
Now I just needed to wait for her response. The first night, I didn't get an email. It must have been too late. She would write me back the next day, I thought. The second day, all I got was junk mail. The third day... maybe she lost the note by accident? Maybe she had washed it in her laundry? Maybe I could find out where her email address was instead.
Don't do that, that's... No.
All I needed to do was hack into the cashier system at the arcade. I could get information on all the customers who had paid for tokens using mobile banking.
Bruh! I just blew out the mic. Bruh! What the fuck is wrong with you?
And I could get more than just their email addresses, like their real address, bank accounts.
That's not cool!
So I did it. I mustered all of my courage once again and wrote her an email. Yet, maybe she didn't really use her email? I had told my father that I wanted to transfer to this school. It didn't really matter to him, and the school happened to be quite good too, so he agreed almost immediately. If he had known the truth, he would have slapped me in the face and called me a disgrace.
Because you are! Holy fuck!
I had also found out that she liked playing tennis, so of course I bought myself a racket immediately. I even finished reading all 42 volumes of the manga series, The Kid of Tennis.
The Kid of Tennis. I wonder if that's a real... Is that a real thing? Hold up. Hold up. The Kid of Tennis manga. Oh, it's the Prince of Tennis. Oh, I get it. 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 42 volume. I get it. I get it. I get it. It's a reference to Prince of Tennis. Ha ha ha. I get it. But I never would have thought that
But I never would have thought that I would get the chance to partner with her in a doubles match on my first day at the new school. And I had also never realized that, well, everything in the manga was a lie.
No shit! It's almost like it's fiction. Surprise! It's like reading Inazuma 11 and thinking that's how you play the fucking sport. It's like reading Bowling King, the most bizarre manga I've ever read, and expecting to pick up a bowling ball and be able to hit a strike in the 1-2 pocket. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You're not gonna do it. You're dumbass. Bro, if you're able to do that, why the hell are you trying to get a girl? Give me those bank accounts and money. Ha! Well, it seems like he comes from a rich family, so I don't think he really cares about money. He's kind of blasé about it. I'm out of coffee now.
The only time I even touched the ball, it hit the referee.
Oh.
Oh crap, I suck so bad. She must hate me now. We ended up in a tiebreaker for the match, and I read about this in the manga. Basically, it was the quick way to decide the winner when both sides had evenly matched. If it wasn't for me, she would have already won easily. The ball was coming again. It was a fast one, and it was flying towards my right side. I was so nervous that my hand was shaking uncontrollably. I tried my best to hold the racket as steady as I could. I took a step to the right. I rushed forward. I took a step to the right almost out of instinct, but I still let the ball pass. Even if I tried to hit the ball, it would never go in. From behind me, I heard her hitting the ball. Good job! But before I could finish my thought, I felt the sudden shock of numbness and pain from the back of my head. I completely blacked out. I was in the infirmary when I woke up. It was already noon. High noon at that. Haha. I looked around. There was no one else in the room but the school nurse. Oh, Jimmy, what did you think was going to happen?
Bruh. I can't with this dude. I can't. Why does he have to have a good ending? He's so fucking creepy. Okay. Next wait. Start! It's a watermelon! They got watermelon colors! It's kind of cute. Okay, it's high noon. Swing! A sudden twist of my ankle. Maybe she could take a step to the right. And... oh, but then she would miss the ball. He would rush forward. And swing. Okay. How to make little watermelons. Wait, did that actually work? Did that actually work? Oh my god, did I get that first try? Wait, we gotta see. I can't get my hopes up. Holy shit.
I swung my racket with my eyes closed. The ball flew over the baseline. It was out. I did overestimate myself.
Wah.
The match was over. Ugh, she must be mad at me now.
Jimmy took a swing at the ball. The ball flew out of the baseline. Out. 7-9. We lost. I lost. Ugh, my precious 30 boxes of chocolate milk. No! No! I got the bad ending! They lost! Okay, if he never took a step to the right, then he wouldn't have gotten hit with it. She would have swung the thing, and I took a step to the right, swing. A sudden twist of my ankle. Yeah, he's not allowed to take a step to the right because then he'll get hit by the ball. So she has to take a step to the right. What if he did nothing? I rushed forward, sudden twist of my ankle, and swing. What if she did everything and he did nothing? Because they did say, if he was... she would have done it by herself. So if he did nothing, and she did it, maybe they'll win.
The ball flew past me. I expected to hear her hitting the ball, but I heard nothing. I turned around and saw her sitting on the ground, hunched over. Did she get hit by the ball? People were already gathering around. Someone mentioned the infirmary.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry!
I suppose someone would take her there any moment now. Honestly, I wish that someone could be me.
Then why don't you do it? Well, don't do it, but why don't you do it?
Our teacher walked over. You, take her to the infirmary. Wait, was he speaking to me? Oh my gosh! The goddess of fortune must have heard my wish!
The ball was to my left, but I was stumbling to my right. Not only did I not hit the ball, I even lost my racket. And for some reason, my stomach started hurting. Why? Was it because I hadn't had time for breakfast this morning? 7 to 9. We lost, I lost. I took 2 pills in the infirmary and felt a little better. I lay down on the bed. Everything around me was white and it made me feel sleepy. Jimmy said he wanted to keep me company, so he's sitting beside my bed. I thought maybe I should talk to him a little so that it would feel less awkward. However, I think I was too exhausted and I fell asleep. He got a good ending, but she got a bad ending. Fuck! Alright. He's not allowed to take a step to the right, so... I haven't done this yet, right? Where she does 3 and he does 1? If he rushes forward... Nope! Okay, not that either. Sudden twist of your ankle and you took a right and swing? Nope, that didn't work either. Fuck! Okay, the center of the court, so... Maybe it should go underneath. Like, maybe she should rush forward and swing. And then take a step to the right, right? Oh! Oh! I did something! I did something!
From behind me, I heard her hitting the ball. Good job. I felt the ball graze past my right ear and flew straight across the guy and hit him right in the nose! That was close. If I stepped a little too much to my right... Oh... They forfeited the match. I let out a relaxed sigh. Finally, I didn't have to embarrass myself anymore. There was still a little time before the end of class. By the time I had finally made up my mind to go talk to her, she had already left.
I took a swing at the ball, but I tripped. Although I took another step, my ankle was hurting too much to steady myself. I fell on the ground and lost my balance because of the twisted ankle, and mishit the ball too. The ball grazed Jimmy's right ear and hit Wang Qiang nose straight on. Ouch, that must have hurt. The game ended with the opponent's forfeit. Rocky said that since the match had not been properly concluded, the bet should be called off. That sneaky bastard. Damn it! What the fuck? Twist your damn ankle, I don't know. Maybe you should twist your ankle. I almost tripped. I had to take another step to stop myself from falling over. Flew over net, kissed the baseline, compressed, and bounced up. Then it was stuck in the wired fence around the court. Yay! Match point saved! Rocky was such a sneaky bastard. With Jimmy barely able to move, he was now aiming every ball at him. But Jimmy was able to get out of my way almost every time, even with a twisted ankle. We were coordinating surprisingly well. After a while, Wan Qiang was left standing there too. The game had become a singles match between Rocky and me. Maybe Jimmy was a lucky charm because we eventually won the game 15-13. What a great partner. I had won my chocolate milk. Hooray!
I fell to the ground and my ankle hurt like hell. Fortunately, we still won the match point thanks to her. Now our opponents were hitting the ball towards me almost exclusively, but Li Wen was too good. Eventually, we won.
Oh! They're high-fiving! They're high-fiving! Ah! Oh my god, his sweater! I want his sweater. I am going to hop in the game and take his sweater for mine and run away because that is so cute. It's Sir Spotty! He looks like a ginger. Approve. If he wasn't so fucking creepy, I would approve.
More importantly, she ran over and high-fived me.
Oh, the little flowers.
I wasn't just daydreaming about this. She really did give me a high five. Her hand felt so warm. I'm never washing it again. I would never forget that moment. I'm never gonna wash this hand again. She touched my hand. Oh my god.
I finally did it! It only took like 5 or 6 tries, but I did it! Done. Ding ding. Let's take a look at Jimmy. Oh my god, he really is like an anime protagonist. Look at him! He's got the headphones, he's got the hoodie over the uniform. Them layers. Goddamn, dude. But I also very much identify with the headphones in the ears at all times. That's just me. Wait, I didn't read it! I didn't read it! Video game, manga, anime, programming, technology, religion, the goddess of fortune. He's every weeb ever. He's a simp! He's a simp! Wait, we didn't see these guys though. Let's meet the 20,000 pesos guy with the here I come guy.
My name is Carlos. I'm 18 years old. It was a big day, because I was finally going to leave Mexico. Uncle Depp, who had always helped out at the orphanage, and Auntie Benita, who was the matron of the orphanage, used to tell me that if I ever wanted to go to a foreign country, I would need to have a passport first, and then I would need a visa. Finally, I could go to the airport and buy a ticket. Then I could fly wherever I wanted to go. I had gotten my passport, and apparently going to Hong Kong didn't require a visa. All I needed was a plane ticket. Uncle Depp and I headed out early, before the sun even came out. He had been driving me through the mountains for 6 hours to get to the international airport. He then stuffed a couple of warm burritos, wrapped in paper, into my backpack before I said goodbye. I didn't know when I would ever see him again. I already missed him.
Airport noises!
I walked into the airport and I couldn't help but slowing down in admiration. The place was so big. No wonder the tickets were so expensive. I needed to ask someone to tell me where I could buy a ticket. I bumped into another man. The 3 boxes he was carrying all fell to the ground. I helped him pick up the boxes and stack them. I hope nothing inside got broken. The man was wearing a pair of glasses with golden frames. He seemed like a nice person. He took the boxes out of my hands and was not mad at me at all. He just nodded and walked away. He was really nice. Even though there were signs in the airport, I couldn't read many of them. I walked around twice before I found the ticket counters. A ticket cost over 10,000 pesos, just like Uncle Depp had told me. I had all of my savings with me, including the money my parents and sister had left me, as well as what I had earned during part-time jobs. It was only a little over 20,000 pesos altogether. However, something terrible happened. I couldn't find my wallet. I clearly remembered checking to make sure that I had it when I left. Maybe I dropped it on Uncle Depp's car? I ran outside of the airport. I saw the man that I had bumped into earlier. He was still wandering around with those 3 boxes. Was he lost? But I didn't have time to worry about him. I had to go check and see if Uncle Depp had already left. I couldn't find him anywhere outside the airport. He probably headed back. I had to walk toward the mountains along the road that we had arrived on. I had my backpack on, feeling awful. It wasn't a popular road, and it was already too late. There were no other cars in sight. I hope that I could get a ride tomorrow morning. Lord, why was I so unlucky?
What is Mexico? Oh my god. What is Mexico? It is a big country in the west. West? To our west? Do we live in the east?
No, of course not. We don't live in their world, so there is no
No east or west to anywhere. The Earth is a round planet, so east or west is all relative. Relative? You're not making any sense. I don't know basic geography. Do you mean that the Mexican people would say that their own country is in the west too? Now she's confusing me too. Holy fucking shit. Oh, by the way, the writers of the earlier letters, are they from China? I always feel a strange sense of closeness when I think of China. Mexico feels more distant to me. Why is that? I guess more people write to us from China, maybe? I hear that Chinese people are all over the earth. There are a lot of them in every country. Really? There's a lot of Hispanics too. So is this letter written in Chinese too? As well as the earlier ones? Because they all look the same to me. Oh no, this is our language. In fact, the people who wrote this to us came from many different countries, and they would use different languages. For example, this would be in Spanish, the other one would probably be in Mandarin or Cantonese or something. But once we receive them, they're all automatically translated into a language that we can understand. Oh, wow, being a god is so convenient. Carlos. I like Carlos, he's really happy. I think I need to get my really, really deep voice out for this one. He's a police... He's from the police... I mean, he's kind of young. I could give him the same voice as, like, the artist dude. I could also give him the anime protagonist, Ash Ketchum voice. We can do that. No, that'll actually hurt. Fuck. But...
Bye.
It's gonna go to the same voice as the artist. I have one deep voice.
My name is Chung Young-min, and I recently graduated from the Korean Police Academy. I'm 23 years old. It was my first day reporting to the Busan Police Precinct. I hadn't realized that I overslept until my Sir Spotty alarm clock had gone off for the 10th time.
He's adorable!
I jumped out of
No, this voice doesn't suit him. This voice doesn't suit him.
I jumped out of bed, slipped into my pants and shirt, and rushed out of the door with coat in my hand. I even knocked over my neighbor's flowers by accident. Sorry! I'll clean it up later. We're gonna do kind of like Jimmy voice, only less breathy. I'll clean it up later. I'm running late. Still, I was 45 minutes late when I got to the station. The captain was sitting behind the desk. He squeezed a kids these days out of his mouth, and then he seemed to lose any energy or interest to even speak to me. Then, I was transferred to the archives. How could I have overslept on my first day? Please, Buddha, please help me fix this, please, please. Becoming a member of the criminal investigation department has been my dream since childhood. I don't want to go to the archives.
What is criminal investigation? Is that much better than the archives? Well, criminal investigation is a place where the police try to solve cases and catch bad guys. You can't disregard the archives as well. I am so sweaty. It is so warm in this house. Holy shit. His letter was so short. That's it. Okay, I guess we're starting.
I walked into the airport.
Oh. There's only one thing to move, and it goes over here. There's only one thing to move. Okay. I noticed there was a sign ahead. Although I couldn't read it, I had a feeling it must be pointing to the ticket counters. I had always great instincts, haha. A ticket cost over 10,000 pesos. I had all my savings with me. I hope I would be able to come back someday. 3 hours later, with a booming noise, the airplane took off. I felt something suddenly pushing me into the seat cushion. He's adorable! I could see Mexico City becoming smaller and smaller outside the window.
and the orphanage in Monte Talak had turned into a small white dot. I suddenly started to feel nervous. My mind was racing. What if the plane went down? I hoped it would fall into the ocean so I could swim back, but the seatbelt thing was so annoying, and if I couldn't untie it, I would be dragged into the water with the plane. I heard there was something called insurance that would pay a lot of money if someone died. I should get that, and maybe it would be enough for Alicia to buy a new house in Mexico City. Just when my brain was spinning with all of these questions, a beautiful lady asked if I would like some water. Oh, no. I checked my wallet again. There was only a little over 10,000 pesos left. From now on, I must be careful about spending every single one of them. I heard everything was really expensive in Hong Kong. I must save up before I find Alicia. Alicia, sister, I'm coming to find you. The Lord will bless us. I heard the voice of a woman screaming in the crowd. Stop him! He's got my purse! I looked down and the man I had bumped into was holding a woman's purse. He actually tried pushing me away. He's flexing his arm over there! He's stretching his little army. Little stretch. Do it again, do it. You're not gonna do it again. As a policeman defending justice, how could I let a criminal escape the judgment of the law? I grabbed his collar. Take this! Ah!
There, he did it again. Stretchy stretch. You see, he was demonstrating how to punch, except really fucking weakly.
I took the bastard to the police station. I ended up late, of course, but the captain let me off the hook for stopping the robber. Captain Gong glanced at the bloodstains on my shirt, gave a faint smile, and asked me why I wanted to become a police officer. I stood up straight, put my hands behind my back, held my head high, and replied firmly, "To defend justice!" The captain scratched his balding head and smiled. Go report to Unit 4. What? Unit 4? I felt my heart start to sink. I had heard so many rumors about Unit 4 even when I was still in the police academy.
Well, you're in the investigation unit now, buddy boy. Done. Ding ding! Ding 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 ding! Let's take a look at him. He's so adorable! I can't! Alicia, older sister, who's 9 years older. How old are you then? How old? Can you tell me? Mexicana! It doesn't even tell me how old you are, Carlos. Benita, the matron of the orphanage. I don't even get to know what he looks like! The fuck? What is- does he have a belt? Is he holding on to like a fucking belt? Hello? What he doing? That's a little sus. That's a I'm not gonna lie, that's a little sus. That's a little sus. Okay. Okay. I guess.
Porque siempre me pasa esto.
Aww. I don't know what they're saying. It's fine. Let's go back to my girl, Li Wen. We need my girl. We need my girl. I miss her. The last day of class was art. I pushed open the door into the classroom and was shocked by what I saw. What was happening? The room that usually only had a dozen people in it was now almost full. It was like a scene from a beach in the middle of summer. Oh my god, we got the beach scene! There wouldn't be enough easels for everyone. Just when I was wondering whether I should leave or go study, I saw Jing waving me over from the front row. Why are there so many people today? I sat down at the seat Jing had saved for me. You really don't know anything, do you? Miss Liu is on her maternity leave, so we have a new substitute today. Somebody saw him earlier in the office and posted pictures on his school BBS. He looks so handsome. Handsome? Is it the ponytail guy? Yes. I looked around and only then did I realize that almost all of the newcomers were girls. Why was Rocky here? What was a boy doing here? I took out my phone and tried to log into the BBS. I found myself unknowingly imagining what the new handsome teacher would look like while waiting for the page to load. Well-made pink shirt, rolled up sleeves, top button unbuttoned. It's very tasteful. Pale and flawless skin, impeccable face from the side. Simp! We are simping! We are simping responsibly. I'm gonna take a sip of water. That was for her. I drank water for her. She seemed thirsty. The Wi-Fi signal wasn't very strong and I couldn't look for a long time. Then the front door of the room was slowly pushed open. With everyone staring at him, the new teacher slowly walked across to the podium and softly wrote down his name on the blackboard. Wen Zhaoren. Oh no, it's the art teacher! Oh! That's right! His buddy got him a job! Oh, it's not... Oh. It's not Ponytail Guy. I no longer simp. I no longer simp! I'll be teaching the art class for the seniors starting today. I looked him up and down, and then I noticed that this Mr. Wen was wearing flip-flops to class. His ensemble also included a pair of casual pants with the legs rolled up, a gray t-shirt, and a wrinkled jacket. And not just that, his chin suggested that he hasn't shaved for days. I turned to my side and whispered to Jing, "How is this old man handsome?" People are into that. What can I say? People like a silver fox, and if that's their definition of a silver fox, I mean, you know, he's not even that old. He's not even a silver fox. He's just a dilf. It's fine. It's fine. We don't need to question their logic. Jing ignored me. I looked up and realized that the teacher was staring right at me. Oh no, he must have heard me. Suddenly, Rocky raised his hand and asked loudly, "Mr. Wen, how old are you and do you have a girlfriend?" The entire class erupted into a loud murmur. He asked what everyone was thinking, I guess. Everyone was staring at the teacher even more intensely. Thank you, Rocky, for getting me out of trouble. Mr. Wen slowly took off his jacket and laid it on the back of the chair next to him. 35. The girls immediately began whispering to each other. His response certainly had intrigued everyone even more. Rocky, however, didn't seem to be satisfied with the answer. Why am I talking in my voice and not her voice? Mr. Wen ignored the commotion in the room and took a banana-shaped statue out of the accessory cabinet. People with an easel began to prepare their paper. Oh, still life. Oh, right. Art. We're in art class. It's still life. Okay. The ones without one took out their sketching pads. This class was going to be over soon. Near the end of the class, Mr. Wen said he would like to pick an assistant from the class. Anybody who was interested could stand up and nominate him or herself, or theirself. However, he would need to check out his or her or their sketch. Jing stood up. How brave! Mr. Wen walked over and picked up the sketch. He shook his head and tore it into 2 halves! That is savage! Holy shit! You just ripped up someone's work! What? He is brutal! Rocky stood up from his seat. I stood up from my seat too. And then the bell rang. Jing was sobbing! And I was completely in shock too. Not only did Mr. Wen tear up her sketch, he even said to her, "Are you serious? Did you seriously just draw something like that? I will not tolerate this kind of thing in my class." What did he? What did she draw? Is she drawing dicks? Is she drawing penises? What is she doing? What is she doing? I need to see for science! We were just some regular high school students. We were not in an art school. Are you serious? Rocky jumped right in front of our teacher. I tried to stop him, but it was too late. Rocky punched Mr. Wen in the face? Mr. Wen didn't react despite just being hit by a student? Holy shit! What is happening? He simply gave Rocky a glance and walked out of the room without saying a word. He was always so self-righteous. The most important in his life might be his ball games. Phrasing. I bet if the bell had rung and the class had been over, he wouldn't have bothered and would have gone off to play basketball. After that, Mr. Wen never came back to class. Maybe somebody filed a complaint about him, or maybe... I had always had the feeling that he didn't look like he wanted to be a teacher.
The next art teacher always dressed impeccably well. He was also incredibly dull. Li Wen. The drama! The action! The suspense! Holy shit! And then the bell rang! And then the bell rang! Rocky, leave! Go away, Rocky! If he stood up from his seat and... Okay. Here's my thinking, okay? Okay, let me start explaining myself and why I think this is the answer, and we'll see if the game thinks it's right. So, they said if only the bell had rang, he would have just gone off to play basketball. So you have to make the bell ring, and then Rocky's gotta stand up because he's gonna leave. And when he leaves... Oh, maybe I should stand up from my seat as well. Right? Because we're all going to leave. And in private, he could tear up the sketch because no one's there to really witness it. So he wouldn't get punched in the face. He would just make the person cry. But then I wouldn't be there to comfort Jing. I wouldn't be there to comfort Jing, or maybe I stood up because I was about to leave, and then he does it, and I go and comfort Jing, being like, it's okay, boo, I got you. He's just rude. We're gonna get through this. Let's see. Rocky's left. Rocky left. I think this is fine. Ah! He tore up my sketch! Why did you tear up mine? Mr. Ren tore up my sketch. He even said to me, I will not tolerate this kind of thing in my class. Jing was frightened, and she sat back down. I was in complete shock, and my nose started to feel stuffy. Well, now it's me! I'm getting bullied! Was that really necessary? You idiot! Rocky loudly jeered. That bastard! I made a face at him. Fuck you! Fuck you, Rocky! Fuck you, Rocky! Okay, this was almost right. We gotta be. B. Maybe I have to stand up after, right? Rocky's gone. He's gonna go play basketball. Okay? Maybe I need to stand up after, because then he just bullies me. Tore up Rocky's sketch! Oh no, this is not good. Oh no. Oh, no. We fucked up, boo! We fucked up! Hey, Mr. Ventura broke his sketch and said, why don't you bring this to the class next time so everybody can practice with it? Rocky's face suddenly turned into the brightest red I've ever seen. A minute ago, he had been acting like the king of the world. What did he draw exactly? Why don't you bring this to the class next time so everybody can practice with it? What does that mean? What do you mean? He punched him in the face, didn't react despite being hit, walked out of the room. He never came back to class, so he still got punched. I hate word problems. God damn it. Okay, the bell... Rocky stood up from his seat, the bell rang. I stood up from my seat. That's still B. What about... That's still bad. And then the bell rang. No. I stood up from my seat and then the bell rang. Nope. He wrote it and then the bell rang. And then we stood up. Oh! New ending! Jing was sobbing and I was completely in shock too. Not only didn't Mr. Wen tear up her sketch, but he even said to her, are you serious? Did you seriously just draw something like that? I will not tolerate this kind of thing in my class. Boring. Oh, there we go! Rocky picked up his basketball from under a seat, casually walked out of the classroom and disappeared into the after-class crowd that was filling the hallway. Other people were leaving as well, while talking with each other about what had just happened. Nobody ever mentioned picking an assistant ever again, either.
I walked with Jing on the track field and told her dozens of jokes until she finally felt a little bit better. What a good friend! Oh my god, she's so sweet! That old man. Not only did he dress terribly, his temper was even worse. How could the school hire such a person to be a teacher? That's only A? What is S? Oh, maybe this is S. Maybe this is S. Maybe I just had one thing out of order. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay, I'm clicking. We've already heard this kind of thing, that she's just crying. I couldn't control my anger. Mr. Wen, you are completely out of line. You need to apologize to Jing. Mr. Wen gave me a glance and picked up my sketch. Boring. And then Rocky's gonna pick up his ball and leave the classroom. Other people were leaving as well. There were fewer and fewer people in the room. I collected my stuff into my backpack, getting ready to leave. You, stay up and clean the room. What? I stopped what I was doing and looked at Mr. Wen in disbelief. He handed my sketch back to me. After all, you're my assistant for this course now. He turned away and walked back to the front of the classroom. I then realized that everyone who was still in the room was staring at me. Everyone looked like they were gawking at a circus monkey on the street. What the hell? I had no intention of being a freaking assistant to this guy. Jing put her arm around my shoulder. Congratulations! Let me buy you dinner sometime, you poor kid. I burst out laughing. Well, whatever. I did it! Finally! Holy shit! That took forever! But it's a good ending. He didn't get punched in the face. People are simping. It's fine. Why is there no star, though? There's S's everywhere. Maybe I'll get a star later? I don't know. Okay. Oh no, they're connected! Oh, I really want to know what happens to Jimmy! But Carlos is right there with the officer! He needs some help. Let's go help Carlos with sister and case kidnapping. Let's do this! Woo! Hong Kong was different than what I imagined. Machamai, hello! People happy, hello, welcome! Nice to see you again! Back home in Mexico, everything was so colorful, but Hong Kong was just gray. Gray streets, gray buildings, gray store signs, gray homeless people, and there was me, sitting in the middle of them, looking odd. I never knew that pesos couldn't be exchanged into Hong Kong dollars here. When I woke up, I found a few more coins by my feet. I had to take them. I must survive. None of the homeless people seemed to like me very much, perhaps because they could only get about half as many coins as I. I had a big sister named Alicia. She was 9 years older than me. We both grew up in an orphanage in Monte-Tlac. It was a rural place. You had to travel 4 kilometers to get to the nearest town. Coatepec? Just to make a call. I couldn't remember anything about my own parents. My big sister was the only person I had in this world. 9 years ago, Alicia had left Mexico to make me more money. She used to write me letters every few months. Every time the mailman came, I would be so excited to see if there was an envelope with my name on it. Even though I couldn't read much, Auntie Benita would always read them to me. Alicia didn't seem to have the easiest time, but at least she had seen so much of the outside world. And by reading her letters, I felt I got to see what Alicia had seen as well. I could almost feel like I was right there with her in the big, new, interesting, and fascinating world that we had never seen before. However, we had stopped hearing from her about a year ago. Her last letter had come from Hong Kong, so I asked Uncle Depp to find a tutor for me who would teach me how to read and speak a little of the local language. I'd worked so hard to make more money for the trip. Haven't been able to do the 3 you added me. It's okay! You can take your time on that. I didn't expect everyone to answer right away. Being a busy bean, I can relate. We are very busy beans, all of us. I had done all this just so I could come to Hong Kong, even though I wasn't sure if she was still in the city. Still, even if there were just the tiniest of hope, I would never give up.
I knew I had to find my sister and make sure that she was okay. I had arrived at Pitt Street. Pitt Street had been on the postmark of Alicia's last letter. Maybe somebody nearby might have seen her. Before I left, Auntie Benita had given me an old cell phone. I pulled out a picture of Alicia on the phone. I held up the phone, asking people door to door to see if they had seen my sister. I couldn't tell if they simply couldn't understand me. They would wave their hands at me every time before I'd barely spoken. Almost halfway through the street, I found myself behind a huge crowd of people. Thick, dark smoke was coming out of the building nearby. People were shoving and running out of it. Oh no! More and more people started to gather on the street. Many of them were even taking pictures with their phones. As people do! The fire truck finally arrived. My cell phone suddenly rang. My cell phone fell to the ground. It was vibrating on the ground. Then it fell through the storm drain. No! Oh, he's so unlucky! The sewer water was flowing rapidly in the drain. I held onto the drain and tried my best to look down. Maybe the phone was stuck somewhere? I looked for a long time and even tried to reach in with my hand, but I couldn't get it. I was so tired, disappointed, and desperate. I couldn't pretend anymore. I fell to the ground, feeling like shit. That cell phone was the most valuable thing I had. It had the only picture of my sister on it. Lord, please help me. I really didn't know if I could ever find my big sister without it. We need to make the policeman help! Policeman, help! Help him! Help Carlos! He needs some help! The office wing of the Criminal Investigation Unit 4 looked like a small warehouse that hadn't been organized in forever. It was crowded and messy in the first place. Then, almost every desk had stacks of files that were almost at least 20 centimeters tall, as well as all kinds of evidence from other random items. Damn, y'all live like this? Holy fuck, organize your shit, dude! I stood up straight and gave a salute. Jung Gong Min, report for duty at Unit 4. Oh, look at him! He's so adorable! Who is this? Who is that? Polishing their sniper rifle. Ponytail guy! Ponytail guy! There he is! 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 He's in the police department! Holy shit! I found him! I'm happy now. I'm happy we got a glimpse of that beautiful hair. Yes. I should have put ponytails as a weakness. Ponytails are awesome. Water. Okay. There were only two other people there besides me. One of them was wiping down his rifle. He looked at me with a strange, examining look on his face. The other had dark circles around his eyes, which made him look like he hadn't slept for days. He was looking over some files. Judging from his seat, this must be the infamous lieutenant of Unit 4. Kang Bakya. Big. How do you pronounce that? I'm so bad at names! How do you pronounce her name, dude? Lieutenant Kang gave me a glance with a half-smoked cigarette in his mouth. Ew, you smoke, dude. Not a deal breaker, but please don't smoke around me. Thank you very much. I will choke. Then he mumbled, "You, over there." I followed the direction of his look and saw the desk that he had seemed to be referring to. Many old bags from McRonald's. I almost said the Mickey D's. I almost said the Mickey D's. Ronald Mickey D. We're stacked on top of it, all filled with leftovers and trash. It was also directly opposite of the bathroom facing it. It was okay, as long as I had somewhere to sit. I was about to ask Lieutenant Kang what I should do next, when the phone on his desk rang. Oh my god. I'm too flustered now. He took the call, put down the phone, and announced to us that there was a gang-related hostage situation 2 blocks from the station. I never thought my opportunity to defend justice would arrive so soon. Lieutenant Kang put out his cigarette in the ashtray and stood up. I followed him. He grabbed his coat and asked, "Hey, new guy, have you got your gun?" "My gun? No, not yet." "Then where do you think you're going? Stay by the phone. Take notes if anything comes up. Don't speak too much." "I can still help without a gun. As a policeman, I swore to defend justice, to prevent all offenses against people and property. Justice. Lieutenant Kang burst into laughter before I could finish my sentence. You think justice is going to block a bullet from hitting you? Well, kid, I've seen plenty of idiots like you. In my unit, there's only one rule you need to remember at all times, which is to follow the fucking orders. Wasn't what I meant at all. I was just trying to help. First day on the job and I was already having such a misunderstanding with my lieutenant. Before I could explain myself, Lieutenant Kang continued. If you have a problem with staying by the phone, you could just go home. And don't bother coming back tomorrow either. I'll let the old man know.
Dang, he's a hard ass. Okay. I bet he's got a heart of gold on the inside. I bet. When you get on his good side, he's really soft. He's got that typical hard exterior because he's a lieutenant, but I bet he's super sweet. That's my headcanon. After they left, I sat down at my seat opposite the bathroom. As my nose was catching glimpses of the faint smell, I let out a defeated sigh. When I had been in the police academy, people would always have an understanding smile on their face whenever Unit 4 was brought up. Everyone had heard all sorts of rumors about this place. Lieutenant Kang was the infamous dictator of the Criminal Investigation Department. Everyone must follow orders without question. He had a peculiar personality and he was extremely rough, even cruel with the criminals. But he's sweet! I bet!
Besides, Lieutenant Kang was a lot younger than the other unit's lieutenants. Therefore, many people speculated that Lieutenant Kang had only gotten his position because of nepotism. As a result, no rookies ever wanted to join Unit 4. As for the unit that everyone dreamt of getting into, that would have to be Unit 1. Unit 1 had over 30 officers, and it was widely considered to be the best unit in the department. Yet here I was, signed to Unit 4. I was sulking when the phone rang again. There was another hostage situation in Bupyeongdong. But since no one in Unit 4 was available, I suppose this was my time to shine. I hurried to the scene and oh my god, dude, you're gonna get yourself killed. You're gonna get yourself killed! You don't have a gun! You don't even have a bulletproof vest! I did the thing. I did the weaknesses. Congratulations! I'm gonna look at that later. I gotta see Matcha. I gotta see Mai's weaknesses. I need to write notes. I need to take careful notes. First, for scientific purposes only, I promise. I hurried to the scene in 10 minutes. It was a 10-story apartment building. I could vaguely see two people on the ledge of the rooftop. People told me that they were a married couple. The husband had borrowed too much money from loan sharks. Ah. That was your first mistake. And couldn't pay them back. That was why he wanted to jump off the building, and he forced his wife up there with him. Well, let's see how I, Chang Gang-min, I would brilliantly solve this crisis. I fucked up that name so badly. I'm so sorry, dude. One of his feet was already at the edge of the ledge. He was holding a knife against the frightened wife's neck. I walked over there. Stop! I'm telling you to stop! In the name of the law! He got riled up and his right foot missed the ledge. He fell over the edge and dragged his wife with him! Wait, no! Before I even had a chance to talk to him, both of them disappeared out of my sight! Oh shit! Things got fucking real! This is too real, man! It was a terrible scene at the bottom of the building. Even though I was 10 floors above the ground, I felt like I could still smell the blood. It almost made me sick. I stood there in shock. For the first time, I finally recognized what it felt to be a real policeman. Oh god, what the hell have I done? Could I be any more stupid? Please, Buddha, please let me have another chance, please. Don't use them against me. One of them is seafood, eat food. You are so valid! Honestly, food is the soul. Food is the heart of the soul. You gotta have the food. You gotta have the food. So that was it, right? It was Carlos. Carlos! Carlos is just innocently looking at a phone and the police officer just... Oh, shit. Oh, God, I have 4 things to move.
Okay, let's think about this. Let's think about this. Let's put on our thinking caps and really think really hard about this. So the important part is stop. I'm telling you to stop. Cell phone was vibrating on the ground and then it fell to the... Oh, shoot! I actually don't know what to do here. Oh. Taking pictures with their phone. Well, we don't want his phone to fall to the ground, right? Because it was vibrating on the ground and then it fell. So if we move cell phone to the ground over here... Oh! Maybe he could be calling... Do you think they would be calling each other? Maybe that's why my cell phone fell to the ground is over here. I just want to see what happens with moving the one. I want to see what goes on. It was total chaos in front of the burning building. I put my cell phone back into my pocket and left the crowd. I walked into the next street, asking the pedestrians about Alicia. Oh. Oh. What if we moved those? What if he walked over there to the burning building and his phone rang, but the fire truck arrived to the hostage situation and he dropped his phone? What if we do that? Because then Carlos doesn't lose his phone and the fire truck arrives to save the person that's falling. You know, they put it the ladder. Or have like what, you know those things that those like big giant cushion thingies? They could do that. That's like bouncy thingies. They could go boing boing.
I tried to talk some sense into him. I told him that one could always earn back the money. I said he still had his wife's full support, so he shouldn't give up just yet. I even tried asking him if he would like some dulce bimbap for dinner. But none of the techniques I had learned from the academy worked. The standoff kept going. The wife was clearly physically exhausted and she looked like she was mentally drained too.
Well, of course you'd be drained. You have a knife to your neck. Who has a knife to their neck in a hostage situation and goes, yeah, I still got energy. I'm still good. I'm still ready to go. No.
Honey, if you really want to die so much, let me go with you then. I hope we can both be happy in our next lives.
She grabbed the... What? Excuse me? What? Huh? What? Oh my god! Huh! Blood was gushing out! And she collapsed onto the ground and been colored red by her own blood! The man's face was covered in blood! It looked like he had completely lost his mind. I couldn't let it happen a second time. I sprinted ahead a few steps and kicked the knife out of his hand. I pinned the man down on the ground. He looked at his wife's body, which was only half a meter away, and was slowly losing its warmth, and he went. None of us expected the situation to turn out like that. Huh? I was suspended? I'm so fucking sorry! I just possibly got a man fucking fired. This is why I shouldn't be gone. This is why I shouldn't be gone. I just fuck up your life apparently. Holy shit. This is why you don't get little demons power. This is why you don't give us power. The fire trucks hadn't arrived yet. It was total chaos in front of the burning building. More and more injured people were being carried out of the building. A man in a black trench coat seemed to have summoned a lot of people to help put out the fire. I wasn't injured and I had all my limbs. I should go and help too. I walked toward the man. Excuse me, I would like to... A huge man in a black suit appeared in front of me and blocked my sight. The suit guy seemed to be twice my size. He looked me up and down and I could see a deep scar on his face. Help? I could help. I swallowed anxiously and had no idea what to say next. The suit guy held up his hand and pointed to somewhere behind me. A truck full of fire extinguishers had just arrived. The fire was finally put out by sunset. I sat on the stairs at the bottom of the building, exhausted.
I was covered with dust and ash from head to toe. All of the injured people had been sent to the hospital. The man leading the team had already left. My stomach began rumbling. Man, if only I could get a free meal for helping put out a fire.
I am so bad at this! Oh my god! What if we have all of Carlos's on one side and his on his side? Oh no! That side didn't change! My phone kept ringing. Who the hell would be calling me at this godforsaken moment? I was about to bend over and pick it up. He waved the knife at me wildly. Don't move, don't answer the phone. His wife saw a chance as the knife had let her neck, so she bit his left wrist as hard as she could. He dropped the knife out of pain. Then she ran over and hid behind me before he could pick it up. Back up. The man suddenly began wailing like a child. Even you are abandoning me, fine, I'll just go home by myself. Oh no! No, 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 no! Oh my god, there's no good ending! I was suspended again! Holy fuck! This is like high school all over again! I'm so bad with word puzzles! My brain does not compute! I am running at like 2 gigahertz! I don't even know if that's even slow or not. I am running at the speed of dial-up! Holy shit! I walked over there! Where do you go? The fire truck. I didn't try this combination. Wait, wait! He's still suspended! But what about Carlos? Do I get a good ending for Carlos? Fire trucks, firemen, fire horses. The fire department had taken charge of the situation. I walked up to the fireman nearby and asked if there was anything I could do to help. A foreigner? He asked as he looked at me. You really shouldn't stay here. If we don't put out this fire today, we will be dying 1,000 deaths. He saw my confused look and added, you are new here. This is the headquarters of the Black Dragon Gang! Black Dragon Gang! And the most powerful gang in this area. Yes, gang, bad people. There are gangs in your country, right? So stay away from here. Leave. Just go get some soda or something. Nope. Stop, I'm telling you to stop. You got riled foot. Wait, no. Oh, fuck, I did it again. Oh. Fortunately, the fire department had set up a cushion below. You moron! Do you know how big of a mess you have made? That case was not even under our jurisdiction. Oh! The hospital later called and informed us that the couple was okay. However, the wife had been 4 months pregnant. They couldn't save the baby! I was suspended again! Wait, what? That's like the best ending I've had for him so far. Holy shit. What? I'm missing something! My cell phone fell! Someone ran quickly past me and bumped into my arm. My phone was knocked out of my hand and dropped onto the ground. It kept spinning ahead and almost fell down the storm drain. That was close. It was total chaos in front of the burning building. I left the crowd and walked to the next street, asking the pedestrians about Alicia. I feel so fucking dumb right now. I feel like my one brain cell has gone on vacation. It packed its bags. It took a trip. And it's not coming back for 2 weeks. It's just gone. It left me to die. It left me to just suffer. Being a god is hard fucking work, man. Holy shit. My cell phone walked to the ground. Did I do this one already? Who the hell would be calling me at this godforsaken moment? They told me something important had happened to the unit and I must get back as soon as possible and wait further instructions. Only to realize the couple had disappeared from the ledge. Fortunately, the fire department set up a cushion. I got yelled at. I got suspended. Huh? I can't... Oh! Oh! Me! She's really like me, for real, for real. The game is calling me out. The game is calling me stupid. Oh my god! I'm being called out! Caught in 4K! It's not your fault. Something seems to be tied up over there with Kongbekya. Once you solve the problem over there, it might impact this one too. Huh? Is that a thing too? Occasionally, we might not be able to solve the current case because of something that's happened somewhere else. Whenever this occurs, you will see the orange text in the letters. The appearance of orange text typically means that you will need to consult another letter to handle the current one. So basically, if I see orange text in a letter, I should go and check on some other letters first, right? Correct. Sometimes you might need to handle other letters first. Oh. Oh. Okay. Other times it might just mean that you need to look for clues in the other letters. In either case, it really depends on the letters and you'll have to use your own judgment. This doesn't happen too often, but if you do encounter them, make sure you take advantage of the hints in the letters to help you. Got it! You might have already noticed that every time you open a letter, you can see a number of small colored squares here. I never noticed that. Thank you very much for pointing it out. What are those? The small squares can be one of 3 colors, yellow, pink, and gray. Some of them are solid, while some of them are empty. Squares represent all of the possible endings. Okay. The solid one stands for endings that you have discovered. The yellow one marks the selected ending that you have chosen at the moment, which means the yellow square could only be solid, but the pinks could be whatever. Okay. Endings you have not discovered yet. All the squares that are strictly arranged in order S, A, B, C, D, E, F, X, which could be a helpful reference when making your decisions. What about these gray squares? May either be solid or empty, but they are less common. Sometimes the development of certain events may be impacted by other people and things. Gray square means that under the current conditions, the probability of this potential ending happening is 0, or in layman's terms, it cannot happen. Okay. Confused! Ain't that a fucking mood? I understand it's very confusing when I explain it to you like this. However, I believe once you are done with Chang Dongmin's story, you will figure out how it works. Got it. I'll give it a shot.
Dios, ¿qué hice mal?
하느님, 저를 용서해 주소서.
This must be Alicia. It was kind of spirit. This must be Mr. Ponytail Man. We still have something to do with Lee Wen and Jimmy. Also, I will be right back. Just give me 1 second for a quick bathroom break. I will be right back. Hold on, 1 sec. Where am I? I'll be right back. Shit, now I gotta figure out where I don't even remember where I was in the corner. I'm gonna go right here. There we go. I see you. I see you calling me an adorable dork. I see that. Uh-uh. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh-uh. Nuh-uh. Okay. Okay, that situation is way too fucked up. But it's... We got more progression with Li Wen over here that I feel like we should continue with the fucked up situation because we just got a new mechanic. We got a new mechanic. These nuts. These nuts. Okay, anyways. I saw the D. I saw the D and I had to make the... That was my only opportunity. I saw the D. Vitamin D is nuts. Alright. It was fucked up. Heavenly Father's guidance. Bastards! Those are very two different things. I'm curious. What are these ones called? What are these ones called? In the alley, tennis. It seems so happy. Fuck it, fuck it. Balls to the wall. Here we go. Oh, my name is Alicia. I'm 18 years old. I was born and raised in Mexico. I have a little brother named Carlos who is 9 years young. Hey, who? Huh? 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 Carlos isn't that young? He is the only family I have left. We're both orphans. The orphanage was so poor that they couldn't afford to send us to school. I had to come out and make some money so that I could keep my brother in school. If I could make enough money, I thought that maybe we could eventually move out of the orphanage and start a new life. Just the two of us. I heard that America was a place full of chances for everyone. That was where I should go. A travel agency inside Mexico City had told me that crossing the desert, stowing away on a train, or getting across the Rio Bravo were all very risky and dangerous. Therefore, they had established a route via the ocean. Even though it would be slightly more expensive, it was guaranteed to be safe, and everyone who had taken this route had gotten into America. I'd spent the money I'd saved for months and bought myself a ship ticket. There were several other young girls with me on the ship. Oh. We were locked inside a small room and were not allowed to go out. At first, we thought that it was just so that people wouldn't find us being smuggled across the border. But it had taken so long, we must have arrived by now. Half a month passed, and we were still at sea. We were finally certain that we had been conned. IMPEY sound effects. After about a month of the ship finally arrived at port. We were then moved to a building near the port where guards watched us. Where were we now? What country was this? Were we going to be sold? As slaves? God, this game is so dark! I thought it was fun! Or prostitutes? I crouched in the corner with my mind running wild. Every once in a while, a guard would come in and take a sobbing girl out. There were fewer and fewer people left in the room. Finally, there was only me and another girl named Julie left. Julie suddenly stood up and tried to hit the guard at the door facing us. She was holding a rock in her hand, but she didn't succeed. The rock fell to the ground and her arm was grabbed so tightly by the guard it looked like it was about to snap. She looked at me with a pleading look in her eyes. I really wanted to help her. I didn't want to be sold either. I was too scared. The guard had a gun. Everyone outside had a gun. Julie lowered her head. Hello? When she lifted back up, the guard was screaming like a pig being slaughtered. Half of his missing ear was in Julie's mouth! She's a real one. Holy fuck, don't mess with Julie. She will fuck you up. Then I heard a few gunshots along with loud cursing. Julie fell down and stopped moving. Her eyes were open so wide, as if she had come out of a nightmare. Andrew guard slammed the door angrily, with one hand covering his ear. Soon another person came in. This one seemed to be nicer. He held half a bottle of beer with him. He sat down at the door, looked at me, and then looked at Julie, who was lying in her own blood. He didn't seem to care about what had happened at all. An hour later, his bottle was empty and he had fallen asleep in the chair. It was pretty late. Maybe I wouldn't be taken away till tomorrow. I looked at Julie again and remembered what she had told me there, on the ocean. I want to become a singer in America. I want to be a star. She wasn't bragging. She had a really beautiful voice. She also said, I know if I do my best, my dream will come true. I would never forget the look on her face when she said it. Her eyes had been filled with hope and anticipation for the future. I was very jealous of how lively and full of joy Julie was. The guard had turned a little in the chair and his gun dropped from his waist, sliding towards my feet. Was it a hint from the Lord? I reached for the gun, but I jerked my hand back like I'd been shocked when I touched it. No! No, I couldn't! What if I ended up like Julie? I held the cross tight in front of my chest and started praying. Oh, Heavenly Father, Jesus said, ask and you shall receive. We trust that you know what our true needs are. You recognize what our true feelings are. You understand what situations we are in. Now, we shall ask for what our heart truly desires. Oh God, give heed to my prayer, show us your mercy. Amen. 5 minutes had passed, 10 minutes had passed, 30 minutes had passed. Guard became snoring. The gun was right next to my hand. Maybe this really had been a hint from the Lord? I finally picked up the gun in hesitation and felt so heavy in my hand. Mom? Dad? Please bless me. Carlos? Please bless me. Heavenly Father? Please bless me. I pushed the door open. There was no one in the hallway outside. It was so quiet, the only thing I could hear was my own heart beating wildly in my chest. The building had only one floor. After taking one turn, I could see the main gate. There were several guards at the gate, too. All of them had guns. There was a black man and 2 agents. The rest of them all had pale skin. How could I get out? With just one handgun? I checked the gun in my hand once again. There were no bullets in the gun. There were no bullets?! I collapsed on the floor. I was not feeling afraid anymore. I just felt utter desperation. Soon, the guards noticed me and dragged me back into the room. This time, they cuffed up my feet so I wouldn't be able to escape again. Julie's body was still laying there. Flies had begun hovering around her face, but they didn't seem to have any intention to clean up the scene. Would I end up like Julie? Was this my final destiny? Please answer me. Okay, this is really fucked up! This is really fucked up! Ponytail man! Yeah! Let's go! I know this is fucked up, but we got our boy! Yeah!
My name is Kang Baekya. I'm a cop. I had been doing this for 7 years. Or is it 8? Can't really remember. Today, the old man assigned another newbie to my unit. He had always wanted my unit to become as big as Unit 1. Why did I need so many people? Detective work wasn't like street fighting. I had a headache whenever I pictured the image of so many people in the unit passing their lunches over their heads during lunch break. And this newbie today was full of that fighting for justice crap. Lunatic. He's so mean! Well, screw it. Whatever.
I think he can win him over. I think the newbie will get a soft spot for him and... yeah.
Well, screw it. Whatever. I was just going to wait for a few days. Then I would find an excuse to send him over to Unit 1. Everybody would be happy then. We were always very busy. The files for the open cases had been stacking up on the desks, starting to resemble small hills. Among the police precincts in the entire Republic of Korea, Busan might be one of the top 5 busiest precincts thanks to the violent gangs in the area. The Musan Gang and the Bangmun Gang.
Musan. Biggest violent gang with drugs. I see. The only other major gang, which is the rival. I see. More emphasis on intelligence. As long as it pays, you gotta do what you gotta do.
These 2 gangs never made our lives easy. Recently, the old boss of the Musan Gang had been severely ill. His underlings were all itching to become the successor. There were at least a dozen people killed in the infighting every day. If I kept saving up my vacation days like this, I would probably have enough time to plan for my next trip to to the moon so I could get the fuck away from everyone. Jesus Christ. The case today was an annoying one, too. It was a hostage case, but the kidnapper and the hostages belonged to the same gang. It was a so-called family matter. What was worse was that the kidnapper was someone quite important to the Musan gang. The old man had always told us to keep things easy so as to avoid a direct confrontation with the gangs. He had told me again today multiple times to bring the kidnapper in without hurting anyone. Without hurting anyone? As if I really wanted that. If he really wanted that, he would not have signed the case to me. I was crawling in a narrow air vent duct. I could hear breathing sounds all around me, both loud and quiet, as well as the sound of the fans. The air smelled disgusting. I loosened my collar a little. Fuck this. Woo! I'd rather climb up from the outside of the building with my bare hands than suffocate inside this goddamn tube. Why couldn't I just walk in from the door and pop 2 shots in his head? Pop, 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 pop! Finally arrived at the top of the room. The voices coming down from below sounded very weird coming through the vent. You stay there. And don't fucking move! All of you, don't move! The target was sitting on a couch at the other end of the room. He kept waving the gun in his hand around and pointed at the other one's heads every once in a while. Those poor bastards were all his underlings. None of them even dared to look up. I had seen lots of junkies that would get so high that they wouldn't recognize their own mother. Still, the scene right below me was so unusually funny that I almost chuckled. Damn, he's got the most dark sense of humor too, holy shit! He's a real hard ass. The area below the vent was right in my view of the bay window. Anyone could easily see inside the room from across the street through the window. My task today was to lure him over. I got closer to the vent, trying to observe the situation more closely. Clang! A loud noise came from somewhere. Don't move! I heard a man's voice. A bullet flew out without me seeing it! The nails fastening the vent register had been shattered by the bullet and it bounced off a few meters away into the corner. After a tumble and a half, I fell and smashed into the white carpet along with the vent register. 5 meters away, the junkie was holding a gun with a shocked expression on his face, and smoke was still coming out of the dark, shaking barrel. Near my shoulder, my shirt had turned from its original red to another kind of red. And the colored patches kept getting larger. Oh no, he's injured! King! Oh! His internal monologue. You let yourself get hurt again, idiot. Buck up. A voice that I couldn't be more familiar with appeared in my head once again, while also sounding like it was coming from the out of this world. Ah, crap. I'd come back into this room again. The room was extremely dark. There was no furniture inside except for a light bulb hanging from the center of the ceiling. A slightly shorter person walked out from the dark corner reluctantly. His hair was all messed up and his eyes didn't even look alive. As soon as he pushed me away from underneath the light, a mysterious force dragged me into the corner. I was swallowed by darkness. Oh. What? 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 Whenever I was in danger, this guy would come out and get— What? But at a moment like this? Well, shit, what a shitty day. Huh? Whoever stood underneath the light would have controlled the body? Is he possessed? I am very intrigued. I am so intrigued right now. I need to know. I need to know. I need to know. From this moment on, I was no longer in command of my own body. I managed to dodge all the flying bullets coming towards me with extreme agility and inhuman postures. When I got back on my feet, I somehow had a gun in my hand. The 13 9mm bullets in the magazine were fired like a machine gun. Bop, 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 bop. Each one of them went through his head. Broken eyeballs, blip, 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 blip. Not gonna describe that. Everything was a terrible mess. The junkie had collapsed onto the floor like a pile of mud, and now the gun was aimed at his henchmen that were all tied up. Things were taking an ugly turn. 1 bullet, 1 life. No waste. But I hesitated when the gun pointed at a muscular guy with a tattooed head. The muscular guy suddenly swept me at my ankle with his leg. I lost my balance and knocked my head on a short table and passed out. When I woke up, I was lying in the hospital with tubes coming out all over my body.
Minjin was sitting next to me, sound asleep. 8 deaths. As per usual, I had to write 1,000 words for each death in the report, which meant I needed to write 8,000 words. Moreover, the target this time was not just a regular punk. His father was the leader of Gangmun group within the Musang gang, Choi Yohan. And that would mean another 4,000 words at least? He has to write a fucking essay! Sweet Jesus, give me a break, please. Wow. It was almost like I was watching an action movie. Look, I had some popcorn. I love her. I think she is fucking great. She is just having a blast right now. Don't ruin the solemn mood by suddenly thinking of popcorn. Okay, sorry, there's no popcorn here, but we do have osmanthus cakes. Oh, that's great too. I'm not very picky. I want to try an osmanthus cake. They sound really good. So if I want to eat cakes while watching a movie... Oh no, I mean while working. Is there any way I could do it hands-free? These letters are not like regular letters that I can just read in front of me. I have to follow the thoughts of the writer by confirming it sentence by sentence. Stupid lazy girl. Although there is indeed a way. If you want to free your hands to either do something else, all you need to do is hit A. 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 Then the letters will enter autoplay mode.
You mean I could have done this whole time? You mean I could have stopped clicking? And I could have just read? What the fuck?
I spat on my mic. What the fuck? I could have just... I could have hit A. Okay. You know what? You know what? It's a game tutorial. It didn't tell me. I didn't know. We'll let it slide. We'll let it slide right now. It didn't bring it up. Why did it wait so long to bring it up? I don't know. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No grudge. No grudge. Furthermore, if you want to read it faster while you are not eating, you can activate the skip text option in the... Okay. We'll reveal it. And afterwards, every button will reveal... Why are you telling me this now? Got it. Got it. Well... This is fine. This is fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, right. It was her letter and his letter. Oh. Okay, how am I gonna fix it? Oh, their colors are really nice together. The light lavender and like a dark indigo. Pretty. Okay, anyways. There are no bullets! There were no bullets! Wait. There were no bullets in the gun! Huh? Okay, here's my thinking. There were no bullets in the gun. So he would not, be, you know, if there was no bullets in the gun, it wouldn't have broken the vent. And he wouldn't have had the action sequence to kill a bunch of people. He could have lured him towards the window. But he's still being heard. Just... I need to see where this goes. A bullet flew out without me seeing it. Does that mean she dies? I don't know. I'm making popping noises because I'm thinking. Let's just see where this goes. It's changing both of them.
The nails fastening the vent register had been shattered by the bullet and it bounced.
What? Wait. A. Otto! A.
This was serious. I dropped my gun and held my hands behind my head. I did as he said and sat together with the other hostages. Shit. I was going to owe Unit 3 another big favor.
A bullet. Oh my god, this goes so fast! A bullet that had come from the door hit me in the stomach. No! That was the last thing I saw was some people arguing at the door. They were all strangers. Tears rolled down my face. It's true what they said. The people you want to see the most in your last moments would be your own family. I killed her. I killed her! Okay, there's no orange text. There's no orange text. Okay, so... What would this do? I'm just curious. I'm just moving things around. I'm curious. Baby, I'm curious. I accidentally knocked down the ladder that had been put against the wall. The guard in the room woke up. He stumbled into the hallway quite sleepy. I suddenly had an idea. Hands up. Don't make a sound or I'll shoot. I pointed the gun at his head. He held his hands up high. Walk to the gate slowly. Do not speak to them. Do not lower your hands. Do not turn around. I pressed the gun against the back of his head. We walked slowly towards the gate. My palms were completely wet with sweat. Only I knew that I was more nervous than he. And we were only a few hundred meters away from the port. I smashed his head with the gun as hard as I could, and I knocked him out. And then I ran away as fast as possible. I didn't dare look back. There were still plenty of people on the street. Many stores were still open, even in the middle of the night. People were shooting me strange looks as I ran past them. They all seemed to be Asians. But I didn't dare stop and talk to them. Julie had been right about one thing. Dreams did come true when you did your best. I didn't know how long I had run, but I couldn't take even one more step. I collapsed into a bunch of paper boxes stacked at the corner of the alley. Oh. The bullet hit the vent register, then it happened to deflect and hit my shoulder. What a wonderful day for me. Then it dropped into the carpet of the room below.
Wait, what is this?
Targets. Then he stopped. I didn't need to look. The bastard must be standing right beneath the vent. Soon he would lift his head, look up, and notice me. There was the sound of the window glass shattering. Then it was the sound of flesh being destroyed. Mission complete. Everything went as planned. Well, almost. I stood next to the junkie's body, which was missing. Ooh. He was supposed to just lose a leg or something. This is a little different. It goes so fast! I had just rushed over from the building across the street. He dropped to his knees with a thud as soon as he saw me. I'm sorry, Lieutenant. It was my mistake. I missed. Looked like he hadn't forgot the last time when he did not follow the plan exactly and had to write a 2,000-word report. If apologizing was good enough, what would we need the cops for then? I checked his pocket. There was only 50,000 won and half a pack of Marlboros. I stuffed the money into Minjun's pocket and lit a cigarette for myself. Well, Choi Do-sung was the name of the junkie. Was just trash in this society, and he deserved... Oh. After witnessing such a bloody ending, maybe his loser buddies would learn to behave a little too. Yeah, maybe it wasn't too bad after all. Don't worry about it. Well done. Oh! I did it! That only took a few tries. Yes! You solved Kang Baekya's problem, but don't forget about Chang Youngmin's letter from earlier. Oh right! It almost slipped my mind. There's no new mail. There's no new mail! Okay. So... Got it? There's one more thing that could help with your work. That's history. Oh no. I'm really bad at history. I almost failed it. That sounds like something I can use to review all the endings I have unlocked, right? Smart girl. Yeah. Every ending you have come across is archived there. When you run into something that's too complicated, try referring to the history for inspiration. I have a small tip regarding the history archives, and here we can browse all of the possible endings. They're displayed on the right. Arranged in the same order as the small squares you see when you open a letter. They are arranged in SABCDEFX. Ending with the one small eye is the one you're currently viewing. Oh. Okay. What do we do for this one? The fire truck finally arrived. My cell phone suddenly rang. Okay. 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 Okay! So, I don't have any extra pieces though, but my cell phone suddenly rang. The fire truck finally arrived. I walked over there. Okay. That didn't work. That didn't work. I walked over there. Ah! Something changed! Something changed! Oh! I turned around and answered the phone. It was Lieutenant Kang. Briefly asked me about the situation and told me to hand the phone over. It was the Bun Bun gang. What? Is that true? Oh my. That's wonderful. Thank you, thank you. He hung up the phone, dropped the knife, and hugged his wife, sobbing uncontrollably. So it's okay now. We can have our lives back. Oh! What just happened? I took my phone back from the man, confused. He reacted, took a big step forward and grabbed him, trying to pull him back, but I was pulled over instead. We fell off the ledge together. It was 10 floors off the ground. No one would survive if we hit the ground. I swung on my right arm as hard as I could of the roof ledge. Something flew on my coat as a white ribbon. Holy shit, I feel like a speed reading. Something flew out of my coat. It was a white ribbon I had wrapped around my forearm with a small spearhead. That's what he has! That's just as kinky, I'm not gonna lie. The spearhead wrapped around the metal bar and the ledge a few times, tightened around the ribbon. It was my secret weapon. I called it my tail. He's a cat boy, for real, for real. In a moment, I let out a sigh of relief, thinking that we were safe, but the bar... Oh. I tightened my left fist and grabbed the man's shirt harder. I burned the last drop of my energy inside of me with all the adrenaline I had and forced every single muscle cell of the power. Just it! Ooh. Was not something I only wanted to talk about! I threw him up towards the roof. We were quickly moving away from each other in opposite directions. I was torn away from the concrete ledge. I began falling with it. I could hear the wind gushing in my ears. This is my justice. Huh? That was the good ending for him? Okay! Okay, now his changed because I changed the order. What did I change to? Someone quickly ran past me, bumped in my arm, knocked out of my hand, and stopped at another man's feet. The fire trucks hadn't arrived yet, but it's the black trench coat man. He saw my sister's picture. Then he asked me in English what my relationship was with her. There was no expression on his face the entire time. He tossed the phone back to me, then he said, "Come back here tomorrow." You know my sister? I walked up to in excitement. The huge man in black suit stopped me, but the man in trench coat looked like he wasn't going to answer any of my questions and turned around. Turned his attention back to the man in the fire. The suit guy seemed like he was twice my size. He looked down upon me and I could see a deep scar on his face. Fine, I would come back tomorrow. Still, I never thought I would find a clue about Alicia just like this. The Lord must be blessing us. Sister, we would soon meet again. I just know it. Yeah! Woo! Oh my god! More letters! Oh! 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 Ha! There's a side story! There's a little side story. It's Carlos and Jimmy! I think we can do one more letter. We don't have anything from Mr. Ponytail Man or Mr. Justice. We don't even know what Alicia looks like. All we know is that she was kidnapped. I need to see Jimmy and Carlos in action. A relay race and Mr. Kwan. Let's do this last letter. One more letter. Just one more. Let's do it. Let me just... lubricate. There we go.
My mother had always complained that I never exercised. She would always say that if I needed to run away from the bad guys, I would be dead in just a few steps.
fucking same. Out of shape, otaku stamina. We got that all.
There were not that many bad guys in the world. Besides, even if there were, I think I could just stay in my room and not go outside.
You know, that's sound logic for the most part.
It is the information era after all. As long as I can get information online, I can play with the real world in the palm of my hand.
You have a Chuny complex! We have a Chuny over here!
Yet even though I managed to dodge all the recruiting activities for the school sports meet, my roommate had totally ruined my perfect plan. Today was the all-school sports meet. I thought I could have made up an excuse, like a foot injury, so I wouldn't even have to sit under a tree. I could just stay in my room and play on my computer. But
Rocky is your friend?
But Rocky had signed me up for the 4x400 relay without even me knowing about it, and now I had to stand under the scorching sun. 400 meters! Madness! The last time I had been in a race, I was still in elementary school. I hadn't even hit puberty. I thought I might die on the track today. The gun went off. I took it from his hand.
What? I took it from his hand.
I never knew that Rocky was so fast. Our team was actually in the first place during this third leg run. Still, why was I in the final leg? What were people thinking? There was nothing else I could do but run like my life depended on it. The people along the tracks were cheering for me. I couldn't really tell who they were, but this actually felt pretty great. I was only 50 meters from the finish line and no one had caught up with me yet.
Why does he keep doing that emoji?
I must have underestimated myself. Look at me, Mom! Your son is about to win a race!
Kira, 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 Kira.
I looked straight ahead to the finish line. Then I saw her! I saw my crush! Oh no, don't distract me at such a moment!
She's just existing, dude!
It was too late. I had only lost my focus for 1 second and the tip of my foot tripped over a bump on the track. My entire body left the ground and then my face smashed into the ground. By the time I got back up, the other teams had all run past the finish line. Oh, no!
Poor guy! He just wanted to win. He is down atrocious. He is so down bad for her. Holy shit. The biggest simp to ever simp right now.
Although it had just suffered a fire, Pitt Street 99 was still open for business. It was a small old building. The walls were covered with flyers and graffiti. I walked through the main gate and saw a narrow staircase. There was also a small deck at the bottom of the stairs facing the entrance. A man with spiky hair was sitting behind the desk with legs crossed. He put down the magazine, which a woman with big booba on the cover, and asked what I was doing there.
What magazine are you reading? Can I have it for science? I told him that a man in a long black trench coat had told me to come here. Trench coat? Everyone here wears a trench coat. I'm telling you, this is not some place that you can just walk in. You better get out of here before I stab you with a knife. Spiky hair picked up the magazine again. I tried to recall what the guy looked like. White shirt, gray vest, short black hair that was combed to the back. He also had a big guy in a black suit with a scarred face by his side. A scarred face? Mr. Tough? Hold on, does the guy talking about have his right hand? Spiky hair put down his magazine and his legs, leaned toward me and asked quietly, "Right hand?" I couldn't remember exactly, but I did remember that he picked up my phone with his left hand. He shouted upstairs, "Mr. Kwan! The guy you've been waiting for is here!" I looked up at the staircase with anticipation. However, the man who came down was not the one I had met. He was wearing a leather jacket and a pair of sunglasses. He had high cheekbones and looked much older. He took me all the way to a suburb on the back of his motorcycle. Mr. Kwan spoke very fluent English. He told me that the building we had just been in was the headquarters of the Black Dragon Gang, the biggest gang in Hong Kong. And the person who had told me to come was the second in command of the gang. He had instructed Mr. Kwan to induct me as a Induct me as a pledge. A pledge was a potential candidate to join the gang. Oh no, Carlos! Carlos! But before officially admitting me, Mr. Kwan had to make sure if I was qualified. Mr. Kwan had put a gun in my hand. I was stunned. You don't have to do it.
If you are not willing to do this, we can leave right now. You'll just have to pretend you never met me. Mr. Kwan took a small metal box out of his pocket and he threw a piece of gum in his mouth. No, I'll do it. I couldn't let go of any chance to find Alicia.
Carlos! Don't do it! My dude!
I went into a convenience store nearby. Most of the goods on the shelves seemed to be used goods. Some of them were covered with a thick layer of dust. The owner looked like he was over 60. He was reading a book behind the counter. It was just the two of us in the store. I walked up to the counter, smashed my left hand down on it, lifted my gun with my right hand, and pointed it at his head. I yelled in my meanest voice, "Give me all your money, or I'm gonna blow your head open! I'm gonna huff and puff and blow your house down!" Then when I whispered to the old man what was going on, making sure that Mr. Kwan wasn't able to hear me, I was so nervous even though I had no intention of robbing him for real. For real. I handed him what was in my hand. Please! The owner put down his book and looked at me pleadingly. We need the money here for my wife's hospital bill. I can't give it to you. Everything else in the shop, if you like, is all yours. All yours, please. Please. Oh. Every letter. Every fucking letter except for Jimmy is so dark. Apparently, he had only heard my threats, not my whispers. Tears rolled down his face. I must have lost my mind to be robbing a poor old man like this. I handed the gun to the owner and loudly told him why I was there and what I had been through. To my utter surprise, after hearing my story, the owner offered to help me, asked about my sister. It even asked if I would be willing to stay here and help out in the store. I was welcome to stay as long as I didn't mind the little wage he could afford. I gave the old man a huge hug. Outside the store, Mr. Kwan had already left. I would never see him again. I started working at the store while looking for information about Alicia. Days went by, but I still hadn't heard anything. Should I have joined the gang instead? What should I do to find my sister? You fucked up, kid. You done fucked up. I know. You'll never see her again. Alright, let's start. Woo! In these two letters, there are some special restrictions. Yes. Remember I told you that the white pieces of paper could be moved anywhere, except past the first and last black pieces in the letter, of course. I do remember. When special restrictions are in place, that will no longer be the case. If I put "I handed him" and "I caught from" both on the left side, then the former has to be after the latter. Because you can't hand the baton over and have it back again. Furthermore, if you put "the gun went off" piece on the left side, too, it has to happen before the match begins. So there is another sequence restriction on these pieces, too. The sequence restrictions are labeled by a number. The pieces with smaller numbers cannot be placed after the pieces with larger numbers. Since the aforementioned restrictions only apply to the left side, there is a straight vertical line in the middle of the red diamond. And the number is marked on the left side of the line. I'm completely lost. It's not that hard to understand, girl. It means that the number's on the left side. You have to obey the left side rules. Left side, right side. That's not all. In addition to sequence, there are other special restrictions such as conflict. We'll deal with that when we see it. For now, you just need to remember that all the pieces with special restrictions will be labeled with a red sign. It's not really that red. It's kind of orange. Whatever. I'll try to remember them. Wait, they just said you can't. I took it from his hand. I handed him what was in my hand. Please. So he was in the final leg. So if you handed him something,
I just want to see what this does. I want to see what this does because my brain is working overtime to do this and I'm losing steam.
I finally handed the baton off to the next leg. If I had to take one more step, I was going to throw up and die right there, right then.
You're so dramatic.
Our team was in second place. It was all up to Rocky now. Rocky's team finished the first 200 meters. But something didn't seem right. Had he eaten something bad today? In the end, not only did Rocky fail to pass Class 2, he was eventually passed by Class 4. 10 meters away from the finish line. Ah, that sucked. Although being part of this actually felt pretty great.
The owner was so frightened that he was shaking. He immediately took the few large bills out of the drawer and handed them to me. Apparently, he had only heard my threats, not my whispers. Upon looking upon a 6-year-old man with an ailing wife at home, crying and begging me to spare his life, I could barely hold the tears myself. Mr. Kwan took the money from my hand with a satisfied look in his face. I was then admitted into the Black Dragon gang. A few days later, in the evening, I took a motorcycle from someone else in the group and came back to the store. I stuffed all of the money I'd borrowed for the past few days under the rolling door of the store. Sorry, and thank you, Mr. Owner. Huh? A and S. A and S. Okay, that one stays. I added please on this side. Okay. Let's see what's changed. Our team was in second place. It was all up to Rocky now. Something didn't seem right. Let's go, Rocky! Go, go, go! I'll buy you ice cream! Now that I participated, I wanted us to win too. I couldn't help but start cheering Rocky on. Many of the people around me were cheering for him too. I never knew that participating in this kind of event could actually feel pretty great. Rocky suddenly sped up.
He finally ran past...
Oh! We were happily hugging and shoving each other near the finish line. My stomach hurt a little. Can we do barbecue instead of ice cream? You're funny. I pushed Rocky aside and caught a glimpse of someone. It was my crush! Doki Doki! She was looking at us! Doki Doki Doki! And she was smiling! Doki 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 Doki! Oh, he's so smit.
Wow, I never knew I could get this kind of reward by participating in the meet.
I'm spitting all over my keyboard. This is so funny.
I felt so happy. So happy.
I did it. Wow. My brain is huge. Ah. Oh. I can't click on you, but you're new. There's someone in between Jimmy and Carlos. Is that the gang leader? Is that the kid? When do we get the kid? There's like a blonde kid, right? Wasn't there someone else too? Don't know. I think that's where... Hold on, I want to see where the... That is the kid! That's the kid! I don't know what you said, Carlos. I missed what it said at the bottom. Holy crap! Look at how many letters we did today! That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. I feel so big brain. Oh, you can zoom out. You can zoom out so far. We are not even fucking close to finishing this game. We are so not close. But hey, we got all S's. We got S tier, baby! This is a really dark game. I don't know, man. This is so fucking dark, man. Save! Yay! I forgot there was saves! I forgot! Wait, collections? What's collection? I wanna see, I wanna see, I wanna see. Achievements! Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Complete your exploration. Take the first step. Try out all the different ways. Bitter memories. Say goodbye to their high school days with one last barbecue. Bunk bros. Oh, that's actually kind of cute. Hong Kong drift. Huh? I want to. Oh my god, it's Tokyo drifting, but Hong Kong drifting. Holy shit. The dark truth. Win the card game. What card game? What card game? I must have done this on my own somehow. I don't remember any of this. Remember why he wanted to become a policeman. I told you. It's another these are... There are so... That was a cat. That was a cat! Cat! Cat. Okay. You can't keep looking at those. Album? I still think this is really freaking cute. Huh? Interesting. How many Sad clown! Me! It's my theme song! It's my theme song! That's my everyday life. Holy shit. Okay. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Let's hold on. I got this. Bam! There we go. We're back! I think that's where we're gonna end it for today. That game is so fucking dark. I was not expecting that. I feel like I should have had, like, trigger warnings pinned to the top of this, but I didn't know. The screenshots just made it look like a really cute and fun, happy game. It's not happy! It's not happy! The happiest story is Jimmy and Lee Wen. What the fuck? Can we just only do their letters? I know you can't, but can we just please? Oh my god. Holy shit. On that fucking note, I'm gonna go have like an existential crisis. I'm gonna go sit in like a hole in my yard and just contemplate everything that has brought me to this moment. Holy fuck. Being a god is, I don't think I want to... I don't know. I mean, it's kind of convenient because I just wield a pen and I just go psh, 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 and things change. Huh. No, not at all. Alright. Well, thank you for stopping by for whatever the fuck this was. At least Friday, we have something happier. At least we have some fun times happening Friday where I get to be a little shit, so we get to end the week on a much brighter note. Like I said, it's an existential crisis forming. It really is. It's literally an existential crisis. I'm sitting here going, what the fuck is wrong with my life? Jimmy like me, for real, for real. Holy shit. All right. Well, I think we're gonna head on off. I think I really have to do like a little aftercare here and say, please take care of yourselves and don't expect Myth to like change some papers around or something. Take control of your own life or something. I don't know what to say. I just... Everything I say is making it worse. Oh my god. Have a good day? Question mark? I don't know what else to say other than have a good day, please. Please don't be like Jimmy and be a creep. That's a good piece of advice. You can be a simp as long as you're a respectful simp. I think that's about every lifer's rules. You can be a respectful simp. Okay. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.